Welcome to Broad Ideas.
Wahoo.
Olivia's in a different seat.
Yeah, she's sick today, so
we put her
across
far away
the room.
from us.
Still not super comfortable with it.
Not super comfortable with it.
It's not COVID.
I know. I'm really just egging her on because she's the one that is probably most uncomfortable with you being sick.
That's actually 100%
We could have done
not.
Zoom. She's the one who was like, it's fine, just sit on the other side of the room.
Just sit outside.
Yeah.
We got the windows open, the doors cracked.
I got my air purifier.
I'm fine.
No, I'm not worried about
it.
We'll see.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
You guys, you know who...
What if we didn't?
You know who I was so comfortable with? Jake Johnson and Gareth Reynolds. Jake Johnson, obviously everyone knows him from New Girl. He was in the Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse.
Drinking Buddies.
Which is a great movie.
Buddies.
Yeah.
This is Chicago. They shot that in Chicago.
They did?
Yep.
And, okay, Gareth is a comedian, producer, writer, and a podcaster because he and Jake have their own podcast called We're Here to Help. Gareth also has his own called The Dollop. I like dollop. Like when you say dollop, you know what the first, sour cream comes to mind. Thank you.
We do also have an amends to make from last week.
Why? What happened now?
Rick's
what did
podcast is Take Your Shoes Off.
Yeah.
Not Take Off Your Shoes, Rachel.
Did I say that?
Yeah, people got really upset about it.
I only said what was written in front of me.
That's not true.
I said it wrong?
Yeah.
That actually tracks. I'm so sorry.
That's a hard thing. I know.
Tell me what's the correct?
You said take off your shoes instead of take your shoes off.
I feel like we owe an amends
to Jake and Gareth for doing this on the intro of their episode.
They're not listening.
Let's get to Jake and Gareth and we can discuss all of this later. Okay?
You don't think they want to hear this?
I don't think they care. Okay, I want to know how you guys know each other.
Oh, well, we know each other basically. Well, the lame answer would be improv.
Yeah.
And the lamer answer would be from drinking. Now that I think about it, neither's great, honestly.
We were both at around 2004, both moved to Los Angeles to do kind of the same thing. We were near the same groups and then kind of buddied up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you two?
Yeah. Yeah, your turn.
High school. Yeah.
Guys. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
we're real friends.
We are
We're real friends too.
Hold on, Jake. She's right. Let her go.
She's 2004. You know how old we are. We've been friends for, it's not like 3 years ago.
We were just graduated high school.
I didn't say improv 2018.
We were deep in by that point, but that's
high school.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Where'd you guys go to high school?
We went to different high schools.
I know.
It gets real. I know.
Pen pals until you started a fucking podcast. Fake friends.
We're fake friends. The Valley is like a place where people just know people. We grew up in the Valley in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd end up at the same like carnivals and stuff, and we'd be like, "Those girls look."
You were
cool.
carnival people.
We were carnies.
We were carnies. Basically, is what we're trying to get
High
at.
school really undersells this meet cute. Yeah, go with. So we were carnies.
Let's do that from now on.
By the way, saying you guys were from families of carnies changes everything
way better.
about everything.
Way better.
Yeah, we were traveling. They were traveling. I grew up in this more circus, but then it became carnival.
I was a trapezist. She ran the Ferris wheel. You know, you've heard it a million times. I did the ping pong and the goldfish bowl stuff. She was a weight guesser.
I gotta tell you, I went to a carnival recently.
Oh.
And my daughter, she was 8, is 8 still right today. She was 8, you guys. She was 8. She still identifies as 8.
You're okay. She was 8, is 8, she's 8. Yeah.
So confusing.
Yeah.
She won like the fucking games. Nobody can win those huge stuffed animals.
Mm-hmm.
She just kept winning them. And these dudes would be there like fucking shelling out like $50, to try to get. My little 8-year-old walks up.
Is that
like,
because she's from Carnies?
Yes.
Do you think that sort of
It
helps?
is our ancestry.
Yeah, so it's kind of the
Clearly,
bloodline.
She's going like doing weird throws like this.
Hey, how does she know?
I was impressed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I wasn't so impressed that I was like carrying these fucking large animals all day, but it was still impressive.
Yeah, that's rare. I remember being I wanted that. That was my dream. I used to go
to just win the large
animals?
I
was from small town Wisconsin, so like the state fair, like that would be a big deal. And I'd go there and I'd be like, tonight I rock it. And then I would just leave there like with nothing.
Yeah.
As with
nothing?
I didn't think people actually got those.
Yeah, are you calling Rachel a fibber? Go ahead.
No. What? I'm calling her daughter
a fibber.
A superhero?
Yeah. I had the thought. Yeah. You won. How you doing? I think I know you. Right? Yeah, you told it. And the kid's going like, amazing.
Rachel's like, why does my daughter keep winning?
So you just got to throw it and miss the basket?
Totally.
Yep, that's the game, miss.
Fuck you guys. Whatever.
My daughter's amazing.
Let me just tell you. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not going to say any more things about how amazing my kid is. Just myself.
Yes, so, finally.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, headlines.
Headlines. We actually had a discussion before you guys got here because we were like, because your podcast is about giving advice.
Bad advice. Right.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to say bad advice, even though that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we were trying to think of like things that we could ask you guys, for advice on, even though this isn't your podcast.
Sure.
But for this moment, take it.
Works.
It's yours.
But I will say, I don't think it's bad advice. I think the premise of the show and really what it is it's if you were to go to a bar with some friends and say, I'm in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
I need some help. Mm. Your friends are the ones who
real
pitch
advice.
Real advice. Your friends
real
pitch
advice.
You. So we are on the team of the caller, no matter what.
Okay.
Whatever you've got, we're going to try to help, but we don't set up beforehand.
Yeah. So you don't know what you're doing.
We don't know what we're doing.
On the fly.
And in the middle, then they'll go, and then this happened, and my husband wanted to do that. What do you think? And we go, well, fuck, we're on your team, so let's get more info. And then at about the midway point, we start shooting advice, but it's up to them to take it.
So why is that bad advice?
I don't think it is bad advice.
He's saying it's real advice.
It was a bad statement from a good advice giver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think we it's bad. I always say bad because we really are not at all professionals. So
I don't think anyone's confused.
Well, Jake has a PhD, obviously, but we. I mean, that's what we as friends for as long as we've been. We would always give each other sometimes a bad take, a lot of times a real take or a good take. So that was really where it was kind of birthed out of, was that we we're very used to going here's what you could do, and be like, that's not great, or be like, that's a pretty good Hail Mary.
But the truth of that is we both like it. So there are people who you'll say, if you go like, this happened to me, you go, you know what you could do? They'll say, I don't need advice right now. I'm just telling you what's happening and I would like some empathy.
Got it.
And you go like, oh, that's really hard. Seems like you had a bad day. Yeah. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
If
you want to give solutions.
I
also want
quickly.
Yes.
But also if I say to somebody, hey, a crazy thing happened, this happened to me and it's awful, I do not want from anyone in my life to go like, that's really hard for you.
Hey.
I never want this. No. What I want is pitch on it.
Yeah.
Go, oh, that's interesting. So what'd you say back? And go like, nothing. I didn't have anything back. This is what you could do.
Yeah.
Send this
Fire an email now.
Yeah.
And then I can say, that's a shit idea. Pass. What's next? And just keep firing.
Right.
So that's what we do for each other. If there's a gig, if there's something coming up, we could go, so here's what it is. What would you do?
Right.
And you can say, I would ask for that. You can't ask for that. I'll never get it. And that's what starts that's the kind of premise of it.
Just constant offering feedback.
Just pitch
get the ball.
Just pitch sales.
Good,
pitching.
bad,
Yeah.
Ugly.
But it's true. You got to read the room, right? Because there's some people, I said it to my husband last night. I was like, and we do this all the time. Like, I don't, especially, he'll be like, I don't want to be coached right now.
Oh, he'll lead out with it.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, fuck, I want to coach you so bad.
Yes.
Because I feel like I have so many ideas.
She is a good coach.
I'm like,
but even if the coaching's bad, it's kind of like, what am I doing on this side of the couch if you're telling me all these problems?
It's tough.
I hear you.
Right. That's all they want is
pitch?
To say, I hear you.
Yeah.
And empathize with you. We do that
all the time.
A lot for each other.
Just hear each other.
Yeah.
You guys like that?
I don't know if I wouldn't say I like it.
Right.
I mean,
Sometimes
it's hard for me not
it.
to, it's sometimes you need, if something's bad and you're just like fucking in it, you're like, I can't hear any solution to this.
Huh.
I need to just be miserable with it and feel it.
And then your close friend just listens.
Yeah.
Because like certain things, like let's say I go to Rachel with an issue, I have a special needs kid. And if I'm sad about it, or experiencing something and she tries to get in there and go, well, look at all the positives you get.
Go, no.
I'm like,
not right now.
Just be with me in the pain for a fucking minute.
Understood.
And then we'll get to a solution. And we always say that. We'll get there. But
that's smart. So we, a turn on our podcast that we learned early was we don't like serious stuff. Because we would have people call in and say like a sad call.
Right.
And then when we would be looking at each other.
Let me do a little joke.
But it would feel wrong.
Right.
And we're on Zoom, but they're not. So we can kind of communicate with each other and go like this, but they're just calling in.
It's just a call. Okay.
They're just calling.
It's just random people who call into the show.
Email in to our producer and myself, because I'm a control freak, look at them, and then he picks them.
Okay.
I pick them. And
I pick them and tell him.
And then I tell him which one.
Behind your back about which one's good, and we surprise Gareth. But there was times early on when we were trying to find the show where somebody would come in.
Oh, he's back. Somebody would come in.
So casual. He's so cool in this.
No straw, though.
I need a straw.
She's high maintenance.
I'll give you advice. Get a straw.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that.
Of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's going to be looking all over that kitchen.
It's like a need.
How come, though?
It feels so wrong to drink that.
Oh, yeah. In that
I don't really
She doesn't
share
want
that.
you to solve it right now, Jake. Just
she needs to be in
while she gets the straw.
Are you guys open to some feedback?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys need to be in person together.
Well, interesting.
It's a strong feeling. I feel like the way you guys interact.
I disagree.
Oh, you do?
I'm just kidding.
It is horrible to be in person.
This is the show, ladies.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't agree. The energy is toxic.
Why do you say that, Lou?
Because I feel like there's a...
you saw what happened when I touched him, right?
Yeah. There's a chemistry and a reading and just like a whole entire thing that happens that...
So let me put an amendment on that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a touring stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So you can't lock him down.
And then also,
and Jake won't come on tour with me, which is
that's problematic.
So that's the bigger issue.
I'm not leaving Dina. I'm not leaving Dina.
So can we do it when you are in town together?
Ever.
We are going to start doing that more. Yeah, I've been
gone. You can come here and do it.
That's what weird.
You want to use the studio?
Is that okay?
It's yours.
Careful what you ask for with this guy. You got a new roommate.
Sorry, I have a question about the straw. Can we, just real quick, how's it going with the straw? Everything okay? Harder to...
Oh my God, it's really good.
It is. Good job,
really
Rob.
good. Thanks,
burn
Rob.
some calories.
You know what, Rob? You really came through.
Yep.
I'm impressed.
So we are going to figure out the live, but the Zoom is so nice because
it's so convenient.
It's so perfect.
Yeah. No,
so
I get it.
We will figure all that. We're only about 2 months into this thing.
Yeah.
So
really?
Yeah, we're still really
It's that new. Okay, I knew it was new. I didn't realize it was 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're new to it all.
Zoom's easier.
Well, I'm new to it all. He's been doing podcasts for a while.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. You have your other one.
Yeah.
Yes. I was informed.
The Dollop. Yep.
I also listen.
So big fan, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I was informed. I also listen.
You did
favorite episode.
Yeah, favorite episode, Rachel.
Dollop.
The most recent
Dollop of sour cream would be
great.
That's the fucking winner.
That was very good.
Thank you.
I've heard. It's great. I love it.
It's great. A little dollop.
It's great.
A dollop of Daisy.
Yep.
To be exact.
Why dollop? Just because it's a dollop of...
well, as you know, it's an American history podcast, so it's a dollop of American... I don't need to... Rachel, why don't you tell everyone what it's about?
What is the pitch, Rachel? Jump in whenever you feel like it. Go ahead,
cameras on. It'd be great to do it to camera.
The book on Thomas Jefferson.
Yep.
That's an episode.
Yep.
Hamilton.
Yep.
If you will. John
will.
Adams.
You're just going through the list. Yeah. How many can you get, though? Let's keep going.
Yeah, you know, 3 presidents. You're doing pretty well.
3 presidents and I'm done.
Okay, and I'm out.
And that's where we end.
So can we ask advice?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's how we got on this. You mentioned headlines. Okay, so here's one for you guys.
It can't be. It's got to be yours.
It's mine.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
It's her own personal.
I thought you said headlines. What's the newspaper?
Bilson Times. Relax, Jake.
Well, clearly I'm up on history.
Obviously.
So then if we're going to do it, let's take it serious.
Let's take it serious.
Let's live
this is a serious question.
Let's get into it.
I know you guys don't like serious. Anytime on the podcast, if I say something, doesn't matter what it is, but if it has to do with sex, it goes, I'm going to say viral.
Yeah.
Clickbait, whatever. What would your advice be on not letting that happen or how to prevent that
first
from
of all,
happening?
I'm going to agree.
What? Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right. I was just going to add to that. 2 questions.
Please.
Sure, if you want to say not have that happen, or
look at you coaching. See, she's
she can't help it.
This is not here to listen.
She doesn't let me be in my space.
But you also
ever.
didn't say. I totally hear the question.
during the question.
You and me have the same sickness.
Yeah.
yeah. We got the same sickness, kid, and I almost came in overalls. God damn it.
That would have been a great one.
This would be the
Jake's a pumpkin farmer in October.
Yes, it would have been
He's a
really
pumpkiner.
right with that.
I don't have the body for it. I don't have the body for it.
Oh my God.
I was just going to add.
It's like a little toddler, and when my body's in that outfit, you go like, how the fuck is that 5'10"?
I didn't know that kid could grow a beard.
Yeah, that thing's terrible. Put that baby to sleep. It's not a man in overalls vibe.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right,
okay.
so you said sure, but.
Okay, yeah, what were you going to add
I said
to
that was a perfect question.
Nice start.
But.
However, it was wrong.
We want
a note on perfection.
For sure.
So I would say there's 2 questions in it.
Okay.
So hers is how do you not make it happen? And mine is
how do we keep having it happening because it's helping the business?
How do we keep having it happen and change her relationship to it?
Ooh.
Wow.
Mama with the question.
I don't think I like that.
This is just for the sake of advice.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I won't take it, but go ahead.
Well, here's what I will say.
We love a high bar that we have to jump
Well,
on.
also, this is a whole great thing here.
Yeah,
the battle of the hosts.
Yeah.
I hear you on what you're saying
Good
because
start.
That is
He's
a
there
good
for you.
start. That is.
He hears you.
But this
He
is
hears
real. Your comments have gone viral and they've entered my world.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
The manhandled thing
Yeah.
Sure.
went everywhere.
Everywhere.
Then you lost a job because of it?
I did. That happened.
So that's real.
Yeah, it is all real.
That's real.
How do you lose a job for that? What is this job?
Conservative people had issues with what I said.
Do you know what she said?
No.
He's not great with social media. He is a social media person, and I'm not kidding. And it really pisses me off about him.
I'm there for
I
you.
get on him all the time.
I hear you and I hear what you're saying.
He's got he's like, I'm going to post it. And then he's like, yeah, my social media person's great. She'll post it. And I'm like, we're texting right now.
Post it.
Busy.
You're literally on your phone.
Just literally
That's
open
not
up the
how
other
social
one.
media works, everybody.
And he's like, so busy.
Are you
so
sure?
slammed.
well, no, I'm not actually. I hired someone to tell me that.
Yeah.
So you were on this podcast, a different podcast.
I was.
This
were
is
we
one.
on? Oh, no, we were on. Yeah.
Women on
Yes,
Top. Yeah.
Yes.
and said that sometimes you like to be manhandled.
What? Okay.
Am
It
I
was
wrong?
taken
I
out
mean,
of
I can give you
context.
the exact quote.
Could you?
It
Please.
was, the question was like, what's your favorite position?
They
These
were
are
all
things-
talking about it.
These are
That's what
things
the show
I
is.
was singled out.
Yeah, girls talk
From
about
what
that.
I remember, they were talking about religion and
I'm
church.
getting
And
like,
this
I'm getting
goes,
so,
okay.
they were saying, what's your
heated over
favorite
here.
holiday to celebrate with kids? And Rachel goes, I like to be manhandled. And they go, well, this is a religious thing. And she was like, just fuck me, just fuck me.
Turn me around a little. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
You got
No,
it.
you got it.
You got it.
got
That's
it.
exact verbatim.
And then,
And
go
then
ahead.
So it was just, they were, oh, what's your favorite position? She said, I just like missionary. Sometimes I just like to be fucking manhandled.
Right. And that's it.
That's it.
And then,
In a joking way like that, too.
sure, and also a fun
either
podcast.
way.
Just like, you know. But either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that
Whatever.
then got a lot of attention.
it
But,
got
that,
a lot. Yes. it
but
did.
that's not bad, right?
No.
Okay.
I
And
mean,
then
taken out of context. I mean, a little like, you know,
it's not great at school drop off.
not great.
Right. It's like
Right.
the clickbait. It's like they
I mean-
don't
But,
include.
but also,
Am I getting looks from certain parents? Sure.
Right.
But also, every mom's
Everybody-
probably like, fuck yes.
My
Yes, totally.
80-year-old mom was like,
so who's
who
giving,
doesn't?
Yeah. So who's giving
You
you
know,
I'm a
the-
little more gentle at my age, but still.
Yeah. And so then, just because it's interesting, do you mind talking about what happened with the job?
I mean, it was just that I lost a job. They're like, we're not comfortable having her.
We don't cater to the manhandled.
We don't
No.
cater to the
Yeah.
manhandled.
And so the question is how to.
Yeah, see,
I'm
I
trying
don't.
to figure out the two questions here. How to, because you know how to do it. If you don't ever want it, you can't talk about sex.
Right.
Because
And
now,
I haven't.
but now you're in a
much.
bullseye. Because now anytime
Anything said,
Every single time it gets.
every single time.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And you just kind of feel like that maybe, like, first of all, it's not the kind of attention that you want, but it kind of overshadows all the other stuff. That
Well, what I'll say about that is Rachel has said she loves to have sex while listening. We're here to help the podcast.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can get
That's the
podcasts.
only way
She
I can
likes
get
to
off.
be sex. She can only get off while being manhandled
Yeah.
and listening to We're Here to Help, which
Yeah.
is on Spotify,
Okay.
Apple.
Anywhere you get podcasts, it's a manhandling show.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you guys.
When we call, we say we really manhandled that.
When you leave here,
your
you're like,
tagline.
we
It's your
manhandled
tagline.
that one.
get manhandled.
Your turn on it is how does she just embrace this and you don't like that? How come?
Well, I just don't. first of all, I don't like attention at all in general, right? And so when it's this stuff getting attention, like I've made some jokes in the past and that got a lot of attention. And then I've said, things are always taken, and I just get uncomfortable because they just keep
pulling up.
Yeah.
Well, because now there's a thing.
There's a thing.
Yeah.
So and
I keep getting like all these messages like, how many dildos can we send you? Like all these sex companies.
Stop sending her fucking messages. You look at me right now.
If you answer the question, we can start talking to the
So that's what this question is. How to get Gareth to stop creeping out.
Can you please stop sliding into my DMs with dildo
with his fake social media person that he paid me to mention.
There's a social media person doing that. That's not me.
And I'm a social media person too. What? There's also positive.
What's the positive?
Yes. There's a lot of positive.
Go ahead.
Well, there's great attention for the show.
Yeah, it's great attention for their show. There's people that want to collaborate on a bunch of other things.
About 45 dudes lined up to collaborate on a lot of indies.
Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be improvised. We're going to figure it out.
Manhandled.
It's about like a woman like you and like a guy like me. I'm writing it and directing it. I'm going to self-finance it. We'll just do it at home or a hotel or your house. I think we should rehearse for like 6 months straight, and then it's a one-day shoot. We'll be done in about 5 minutes.
Get the camera.
It's a 5-minute movie. It's a short. It's going to be over very fast.
5 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to have 3 movies in 5 minutes shot over 3 days. I don't want to talk about the finished product.
2, depending on the general stress level of the creator.
Yeah. But hopefully in those 6 months we fall in love so you don't even care.
Either way. Good Lord. What we're doing is art. That's what matters.
Broad Ideas is supported by Talkspace. Feeling down? It's okay if the holidays aren't so cheery. Days get shorter. Issues with the family can sometimes come to a head. Online therapy with Talkspace can help you feel better and give you the tools you need to navigate this time of year with your mental health supported. With Talkspace, you don't have to wait to get an appointment or travel to an office. You're able to access your provider from the comfort of your device. At Talkspace.com, you can sign up online and get a personalized match with a provider that's right for you, typically within 48 hours. It's incredibly convenient to have virtual sessions with your licensed therapist from the comfort of your home. As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/ideas. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/ideas to get $80 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Talkspace.com/ideas. Broad Ideas is supported by Lumi. Let's face it, the holidays are stressful. Under our reindeer sweaters, we are stress sweating about gifts, cooking, and whatever that one opinionated uncle is about to say next. Luckily, no matter how stressful it gets, we can all still smell incredible with Lumi. Lumi is a game-changing whole-body deodorant designed by an OBGYN to work not only on pits, but also feet, privates, and beyond. No matter where you use it, Lumi is clinically proven to block odor all day long, all thanks to its one-of-a-kind pH-optimized formula. And they've got over 275,000 5-star reviews to show for it. This holiday season, cross BO off your list of things to worry about. Lumi has you covered. I love that Lumi can be used anywhere. Sometimes you can sweat in places unexpected. Under the boobs. Yep, it happens. But Lumi has been my savior. Lumi Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off Lumi Starter Pack with our exclusive code and link. And for a limited time, returning customers can get $5 off their next purchase of $30 or more, too. Use code IDEAS at LumiDeodorant.com, LumiDeodorant.com. Thank you, Lumi, for making this holiday season smell a whole lot better.
So a lot of good collaborations have come of it.
See? You guys, you just came up with one right now.
You got it. That is going to be great.
You like this.
Of course she likes
I like it. Well, here's the thing, is that I feel like the purpose of the podcast is to give voice to the things that people actually talk about.
That's nice.
I think that
all people talk about being manhandled. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
All women, mostly with their friends, talk about their preferences.
That's true.
And
they talk about sex.
They talk about sex.
Yeah.
It's, to me, it's like mental health, like all of those things that people aren't comfortable talking about. They come here and you can But then get a little taste of what let me tell you.
Nice. But then Whitney Cummings was here.
Yes.
She's talking about orgasm stuff, right? Yeah. And then I say one thing in response to what she's saying. And only my thing gets picked up.
But you know why. Because it's more shocking coming from you.
Yeah, her last special, or 2 specials ago, she brought a sex robot out on stage.
Fair.
So it is,
So maybe I just need to embrace the space.
Well, that's what I would say. If I'm
just more like...
I think
for people that you lose with that, who you're probably more fixated on than people that you gain that relate to you.
I mean, that I gain from that?
Yeah, but like you're saying, that is actually like... Or
I'll tell
that
you
is
2 things you
actual real conversation. You know?
Right. What are the things she's gained? You got 2 of them.
A film.
Oh, what's the film?
Not the one Jake was just pitching, right?
There's no financing on that right now. It's literally just me and Garth and one camera guy.
There's a $30 budget. And we're
$30.
It's a grassroots.
Okay, so no film.
So there's a film coming out.
There's a film, a book deal. Like people have more...
Manhandled?
Yes.
Manhandled.
Is that what it's going to be?
Autobiography.
One thing to consider...
Rachel.
One thing I consider calling it manhandled, because, you're not just talking about sex, you're talking about the media.
That's right.
Who takes something and they manhandle
real advice.
As a woman.
As a woman,
real, you guys.
Doing a podcast where you want to do with your best friend about talking about things, and the media and social media manhandles something that's pure to you, and they make it ugly.
That's right.
So I would lean into your best bud's advice you didn't want to take, and I would not be afraid if it goes viral. You have to celebrate it because if you do this podcast and you're just talking about it, it's going to come up. And you can't go if someone's talking about sex and you go like this. You're in my house. We're in your home. You can't clam up.
Yeah,
I agree. And I don't. But here's one thing. Because I do think I tend to I lean towards the comedy and things, right? Yeah. Like, and I'll say, and that's even shocking. Like if I say a joke, people just take it at face value and they're like, oh my God, she said this dude has a big dick. And I was like, I was being funny.
It was about me. It's not a joke.
Listen,
say his name.
Jake, chill out.
Everyone who sits on this couch clearly has a big dick because we don't invite him in otherwise. So it's like a thing.
That's
it's an initiation process.
Stop with the dildo.
Okay, Jake's right.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, it's also, if you're not listening and you're just reading, it just comes off different. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here's my biggest problem is that for the history of your entire career, you're able to be looked at as a sex symbol, wanted as a sex symbol. You can be in this tiniest little clothes, playing a gorgeous woman. That's all fine. Be sexy all day long, but say something about sex. And it's that kind of attention. That's why I get passionate about you being yourself, right? Because you are.
They're really feeling, you know what?
You're a funny sex hoe.
So I will say this, it's not a competition. It's never a competition, but you're winning this debate. But it's not a competition.
You're lucky it's not a competition.
It's not a competition. But if there's a poll right now,
it's fine.
If this is like a live poll, it's going like, especially with that last part, of you're allowed to be looked at, but you can't talk. What are you, a fucking mannequin? You can't have an opinion?
Right.
Mannequin.
I'm
coming up on you. I want to beat him. I want
this. It's a great movie.
I didn't realize. Wait, what?
It is now. It's a full competition.
We're just like, this is fucking doubles.
This is like a weird MMA fight with 4 people.
It's a weird MMA fight. Or we're fucking playing doubles, which I did this morning at the place. But I wanted to share with you guys, this is important. Hold your thought.
Okay.
Playing tennis in the morning, 90-degree heat. I have a recommendation if either of you ever do this.
Okay. Very specific
for you.
Advice.
So specific.
So here's the new show. Rachel hosts an advice show, but it's if you're playing tennis in 90-degree weather for 90 minutes, here's what I recommend. 3 old guys in Florida are going, holy shit, it's perfect.
I found my shoe. And then she said the manhandle thing lost me. I'm done.
She's a little pervert,
this is a tennis advice show for morning heat.
It's a tennis advice for morning heat.
The other gal in the overall, she's got some good points, but that kid, Rachel's a pervert.
That pumpkin guy, I like him.
That pumpkin.
I like the pumpkin man.
The pumpkin man.
I like pumpkin.
Okay. Well, now
all right, 90-degree heat. What's your advice?
Well, now that I can't.
Come on, you can. There's 3 old guys want to hear.
All right, after your 90 minutes in the heat.
Do not.
I don't recommend going to the public restroom.
Great. Okay, good advice so far. I sign off on this.
I also don't recommend the person going to the bathroom after you.
Yeah.
Playing in 90-degree weather for
Let it finish. It might take a great turn.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, all right. So
for you, it's a little more serious.
Okay.
I don't recommend using a toilet seat cover.
Oh, because then you're walking out.
Let me just paint a picture for you guys.
Yeah,
okay?
I get it.
Women have to sit no matter what.
Yeah, you're walking out with a bottom toilet.
I sit peeling pieces off.
It's almost like a wax.
Yeah, it was almost like, you know what? I don't need to get waxed.
Yeah, you're good. Wow.
So actually, it's a recommendation for women.
It's a shortcut.
For men.
Or men if they've got to do a little.
You know what?
Yeah,
or men too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It was important. I felt that was important to share.
Thank you.
Now,
I hope now you can leave here with something.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I don't use those anyway. I don't believe in them. I think my body will figure it all out.
Gross.
Are you one of those? Because I know people do that.
They do that.
No, he's actually a germaphobe.
You're a germaphobe?
I mean, I'll use one. It depends. If it's like, I drive across the country a lot, so if it's like a flying J, I'll definitely use one.
But why do you drive across the country and not fly?
Because I hate flying.
Do you ever fly?
I fly, yeah. I just try to limit it.
Do you do anything to help yourself while you fly?
And are you
talking about? She's talking about drugs. You just lost it. You lost another sponsor.
I do a little nodding off. Sure. Yeah, I'll do a nod off.
Some brand went like, she's a fucking drug addict too. She does drugs, gets manhandled, and we're trying to get perfume on her.
Yeah. She's also a public toilet user.
Listen, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
No, I mean, I'm okay with flying, but I just hate flying. So I drive to anything I could drive to. I normally
You drive yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like flying to Australia in like 2 weeks.
You can't drive there.
I'm going to try.
You're going to try.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm going to try to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love flying.
You love it?
Do you?
Wait, you love it?
Yeah,
that's impossible.
That's not a bit. I love it. I like being on a plane.
Do you love about it?
I like, honestly, I like that once it takes off and it starts, there's really nothing I could do.
I like that part.
Have a drink, look at your little screen, sit back. A nice human being walks up and goes, "Hi, can I get you something?" You sure the fuck can.
Yes.
What do you got? No, we have like prepackaged sandwiches. Fuck your sandwiches. How's something to drink? It comes back. You finish watching that. You watch something else. If something's going wrong on the plane, don't turn to me.
Oh.
No,
there's nothing I can do.
Nobody would. I don't know why you're putting that out there.
No one would.
Look, I'm an actor. Don't come to me for a plane.
Play a doctor. And I've got
all right, everybody. I'll figure it out. Jake, sit down.
I like that aspect. You land.
I'm with
You're in
you.
a whole new place. You go like, fuck, man.
I'm more you. She's you.
Yeah.
I like.
Nice.
Do you ever turn on Wi-Fi on your phone when you're on a plane?
Not a lot.
I don't ever.
I don't either.
I like being. I can't be disturbed.
It's gone.
No one can. I can watch whatever fucking show I need to binge.
And I like it.
I just sit, and I'm fine.
So I did a job in England, and I had to go back because my kids, before they all came out, I was doing a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was, but it was great.
Oh, you had like 11 hours.
I had 11 hours, but the company was putting me in one of those like space tanks.
Those are great.
So that makes it worth it.
If you have a pod, that's way different.
Oh, yeah.
I would get in these little pods. Somebody would come up and they'd be like, something to drink before your meal. And I'd be like, yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, Mrs. Adams.
Yes, Mrs.
Yes,
Adams.
please.
Yeah.
You have like 2 glasses of wine. Then you like press a button, you go like, "Mwah." You wake up in another country.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I do.
It's like Avatar.
Fucking awesome. Road trips, you feel, the fun of it when you're young to me is you feel it. That's your win.
But I am young and I'm out there on the road getting the wins.
There's
brother,
that part.
Don't listen to the I am young. Don't listen to the I am young routine.
Do you get scared or no?
Like in terms of crashing or no?
Oh, you don't. Do you?
Not that part. No.
Then what are you
I get
scared of?
I'm middle seat. I'm going to sit next to some psycho.
So you just have like anxiety about who's going to be with you on the plane.
I just hate it. It's like listen,
it's a germaphobe thing.
I don't like I've gotten very sick.
Do you wipe everything down?
A lot of people have called me the Naomi Campbell of comedy. I'll give it a wipe down. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind.
Naomi Campbell do?
I don't know either, but I just went with
Howie Mandel is.
Sure, they call me the Howie Mandel of comedy. It's a little more insulting to them.
It's a little.
No, it's funnier. Like insinuating he's not in comedy.
Naomi Campbell,
I'm the Howie Mandel of Naomi Campbell's. No, she flies in a hazmat suit.
Oh, she
is that right?
Yeah, and
I was not aware of that.
she was wiping. People have.
I do a wipe down.
I do a wipe down.
It's nothing to do with.
And I also sit on a toilet seat cover.
You do.
Yep.
I don't even sit on the seat. I put the toilet seat down.
I'm talking about my plane.
Wait, do you do a full squat in a public toilet?
You're squatting on the airplane?
No, you can't.
Yeah. I will not sit down
How
on
do you
a plane.
squat on an airplane?
There's squat space?
Olivia, this isn't real.
This is deep squats.
You can't squat.
There's not enough room.
Are you going in the sink?
Why?
She's going to demonstrate?
I don't find this.
You go like this.
Now do turbulence.
Like,
turbulence.
That's like doing Pilates. We have to stand on that like half ball.
It's Pilates.
Yeah.
It's like my thighs are keeping me. It is. I don't like the way.
But don't you have your kid with you in there a lot of the times?
Never. Why would I take my kid in the bathroom with me?
You never take your kid to the bathroom on the plane?
If he has to go to the bathroom.
But like you're just saying, not if you have to go.
I don't go to the bathroom at the same time as my kid in the bathroom. That's too small.
I'm kind of with you, Olivia. I'm not saying like if I have to take a pee, I'm not saying to my kids. Like,
Come on,
I'll take the person next to me. You want to go?
Yeah. I think the anxiety should be for the people who sit near Gareth.
Yeah.
Not for Gareth.
No, absolutely.
What are you going to do to them?
What do you do?
You don't even know. The only flight we took together, you were the problem.
Yeah.
Why? You ate something
No, so the backstory with Gareth and I, when we actually became friends, is we were in different groups with improv, and we filled similar roles. Okay. So unlike back in those days when improv was very big, kind of, but it's also, they would form a group of like 7.
Right.
They would be like, the fat guy, like the crazy lady, and it would be a little, every team had their 7.
They're that, yeah.
And Gareth and I.
Not by design. You were just like, oh, you got to think.
But it's just when you're building a team, the coaches who ran them would go like, oh, you would be good with them. Mm-hmm. And Gareth and I kind of filled a similar spot. So we were never together. But we
knew each other.
Knew all the same people, watched each other. We're nice to each other. So you haven't
really been friends since
this is all the same era.
Until.
Okay.
Our good friend Steve Berg was good friends with both of us. And we went to the Rustic Inn back in 2004.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we were everyone was day drinking. It was a whole group of us. And Gareth and I were next to each other. And I said to Gareth, without a lot of thought, what if we just poured these beers on our own heads?
What if?
As one does.
Just kind of
like Steve Jobs' dreams, so do we.
Yeah. But I was just getting that itch. If every once in a while you get an itch where you're like, something needs to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I get bored very easily. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get off this plane. And so I said it to him, and his instant reaction, he just went like this. So I went like this, and we both poured on our own heads. Really both made each other laugh. Nobody else was like paying. It wasn't like the whole
no
group.
No
one cared.
And we weren't we were hanging out for hours longer. So we were like we were like, it's kind of a crazy idea.
And the reaction from anyone who wasn't paying attention would finally go like, why is your shirt dripping wet? And it kind of bonded us. Long story short, years later, we bumped into each other randomly on a plane.
Well, I think we knew we were both flying to Milwaukee for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm from there, and your mother lived close there at the time. And so we got on the plane.
But we didn't know it was going to be the same flight.
No, maybe not. Yeah. And so, but we ended up like being like, we sit next to each other. So we sat next to each other. And then Jake was just charming the flight attendant who was just handing us Bud Lights like it was the Rustic. And
it went fast. So and we were in the air, it goes fast.
We were pounding them, really drinking very fast. And both got pretty intoxicated. And at one point, Jake just goes, like to the beer, like
no.
And I go, no, we're now where the road is diverged.
Danger zone.
And Jake pours the beer on his head. And I was just like, Jake. I was like, we're too drunk to be on a plane right now.
You did.
I spilled my
Okay.
And I thought I'd sit in it. That was my plan. You go clean, so we both clean ourselves up. Yeah.
Well, what was the reaction? I mean, there's no more story. Like,
nobody else cared.
No, it wasn't a
There
full
was a problem
flight.
with the plane, and they came to Jake.
Excuse me, is there a pilot?
Is there a drunk actor?
Yes. But I do say, in terms of flights, I did used to love getting very drunk on planes.
Same.
Yeah.
This was a different year, but part of and it's different now as you get older and kids and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little different.
I have passed out on a plane. I've woken up on the floor with a guy. I haven't told you this story. Another time visiting my mom.
Milwaukee flight.
Just getting on the plane, it started. I got that moment of like, wonderful.
Oh.
There's I obsess about business. I'm always like thinking, and then I can't. So wonderful. Do you want a beer? Fuck, yes, I do. Let's go. One turned into a lot fast. All I remember was going like, ooh, Jakey J's getting tired. Let's close these lids. And then waking up and being like, I'm in a danger zone. Trying to get out of my seat and feeling boom.
Oh, no.
What are you talking? Puke?
No. I thought I might puke, but also I just had to get out of the seat.
Okay. You were like bumping into things.
I was bumping into people as I was going down the aisle. Worst. Next thing I know, I hear an African voice going.
You wound up in Africa?
Yes.
No, you didn't. No, I was like, wait.
I got transferred to another plane. I lived in Africa for 9 years. No.
I was taken.
It was not alcohol. I was drunk. A very special episode of the podcast is about to happen.
You guys are good.
No, so I go, everything it's going black. I'm feeling boom, boom. And I'm thinking, I remember going like, not a great moment for old Jakester. I knew I was in trouble.
It's my favorite.
Not a great moment. You know, I'm in a danger zone here, and I can't get out of it. I wake up and I hear in darkness, "Oh, are you okay? Oh, are you?" And I'm like, not loving this. Open my eyes, see a man's face, but in reverse because he was sitting behind me. So it's like eyes here, no. So you know when you do upside down, the face looks so scary. You ever do that where you
try
it? Yeah, it's not great. The human face instantly becomes a nightmare. Right? The eyes, the lip. Oh, yes. And at first you think it's charming, not charming, very scary.
God?
Yeah. Humans are not meant to reverse our angles of seeing each other.
Oh.
And I hear, are you okay?
I hadn't read that.
I don't think it's ever been written.
You hear it.
Yeah.
Is that peer reviewed?
Yeah, peer reviewed. I go like, and then I look up and he goes, don't worry, I'm a doctor. There are 2 flight attendants. They have ice cubes. They're rubbing them on my lips and my face to wake me up. I sit up. The doctor goes, no, stay down. They make me lay on the back near the bathroom.
Well, like you're
what year is this?
I mean,
he's like 2022.
This just happened. No, it was 2011.
Okay.
New Girl had started.
It had. Okay.
Yeah, but the kids.
Yeah. That's
great.
Yeah, New Girl had started, but the kids had.
Right.
So it was pre-New Girl. I mean, post-New Girl, pre-kids was a real danger, say 2 months.
Right.
Just really bad behavior publicly.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Ice cubes on the lips.
Yeah.
Ice cubes, I know you're like,
I'll do the lips.
defibrillator.
Yeah. And then, but then you have a moment where you're like, I got to get up. And then the other side is you go, guys, I appreciate the ice on the face. It feels very
really
lovely.
So good.
You should offer that.
Yeah, and then I was like, and then he has like these huge hands on my face, and I'm like, well, that's a different experience, but it's very nice.
I'm going to need some more lip ice.
You, sir, just have a lot cooking in the right direction. Doctor.
Can you just turn around?
Yeah. You're scaring me because of this, but I'm loving this.
Oh my God, that is incredible.
Wow.
Broad Ideas is supported by Blissy. I have been sleeping on this Blissy pillowcase, and let me tell you, I didn't know that a pillowcase could feel so good, honestly, and make such a big difference in my sleep. It's time to upgrade your sleep with Blissy's award-winning 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. The holidays are just around the corner, and if you're looking for the best gift you can give, look no further than a Blissy silk pillowcase. Silk is honestly the most luxurious gift you can give your friends or family. These are the perfect gift for any occasion. Plus, it comes in gift-ready packaging they'll be sure to love. Give yourself the gift of Blissy today, and you'll want one for every room of the house. I have my daughter and all of her friends fighting over my daughter's pillowcase because they all love sleeping on the silk. Honestly, I think it gets them a better rest, but it also is really nice for their hair. Blissy silk pillowcases are the best silk pillowcases on the market. They have a ton of different prints and colors, and they make great gifts because there's an option for literally anyone. Men love them too. They have over 1.5 million raving fans, and you could be next. Try now risk-free for 60 nights at blissy.com/Rachel and get an additional 30% off. That's BLISSY.com/Rachel and use code Rachel to get an additional 30% off. Give yourself the gift of a good night's sleep with Blissy. Well, I'm going to throw it to her because she has a question for you guys.
But did we answer? So the end of that is...
I got nothing.
Well, the end of that is you got to lead it.
But it took a while, which is nice.
Yeah.
It took a really long time.
Which is...
And then our show's that, but imagine a commercial in the middle.
And then there's a commercial for Mango.
So we just had a dollop.
It was a dollop. He said you can't clam up in your home.
Yeah. I think you got to lean in.
Listen, I definitely don't clam up in my home. But things happen in my home.
I think you got to fully lean in.
Lean in.
I'm leaning. I think you're now the.
I'm the go-to.
You're kind of a go-to now.
You're kind of an expert.
You're a sexpert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. You know what? I will.
So what's the latest sex stuff you got cooking?
Yeah, I know.
What's the newest thought you have?
You guys, something happened like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, go ahead. Rachel,
I made a comment.
Okay.
I took it back because I said something like a good dude in his 40s has only had like 4 sexual partners. I'm like, that's a little weird. Like I said something like that. And I was like, wait, no, it's not weird because I should have said 1 or 2. But even that, what if they're married? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But just the one thing.
And that got gone.
Yeah,
and then Whoopi.
Whoopi Goldberg commented?
Yeah. She called me out on The View. And like criticized me and was like, that is so.
Okay, all right. I do have real advice for you.
Okay, thank you.
Go on the show.
That's what I said.
So one thing that we're doing on ours is whenever something's happening, we're bringing them onto the show. And you have that platform. There's no executives. That's why I like this so much. There was a guy, some woman wrote me on social media and said, I had such a fun time with you in Edinburgh. And I go, well, you didn't have fun with me in Edinburgh, my friend. And she goes, no, it was really
An African man threw you at me. That might have been me, actually. That could have been me.
All right, fine, it was me.
That was me.
But she said, you were so sweet, your friends were so great, and you offered such good advice. And I go, I got bad news for you, kid. I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes, I have a photo. And she sent a photo of a guy who looks a lot like me in a cap and glasses. And he does look like me.
You posted about
I posted about it.
Yeah, okay.
And he does look like me. So I contacted her and I said, like, just to be clear, did he try to have sex with you? And she said, no. I go, was there anything dark or creepy? And she goes, the opposite. They bought us all top shelf liquor and gave like really good advice and cared about all of our relationships.
You're like, that wasn't me.
You are being represented really well.
Oh my God,
but
that's amazing.
Even our male friends, they were really kind to.
Oh my God.
So
he was claiming
he was Jake Johnson. He knew my credits. He talked about his life or my life to them.
Yeah.
A lot of it fabricated. Like he made up some stuff.
He said he had sex with over 500 supermodels, or we did, which was cool.
Yeah. I'll take whatever.
But
it was only 4.
I got in touch with him and we had him on the podcast to talk it out. So what I recommend to you for real
is having Whoopi.
Is contact Whoopi, have her on Zoom and say.
I'm sure she's gonna open my DM.
But if she doesn't, then have somebody contact them and say, I'd like to come on. You go with because you're representing this show. You get on that show and you say like, hey, it hurt my feelings, Whoopi, that you came after me. I'm just talking. It was a little weird to me. I'm not saying it's weird for everyone, but for me, if I meet a man and he said he's been with 4 people, I'm thinking that's a red flag. Why are you calling me out, Whoopi Goldberg? You talk about it here before and after. You come on ours and talk about it.
Yeah.
We got a 6-episode arc ratings.
We have an arc.
But that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice.
Look.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
No, I responded to it because whatever.
What'd you respond? What'd you say?
Well, I said, listen to the whole conversation because I literally, the next beat of the conversation is me saying, hold on, wait a minute.
Right.
That's judgmental. What if they're married? But I don't mean that. That sounds blah, blah, blah. And even thinking back now, I'm like, 4 is kind of a high number. Maybe I shouldn't have been so high.
But here's the thing.
You're allowed to say whatever the fuck
but
you
they just took the one thing of her saying it. And if you listen to the 30 seconds where she explains, backtracks, walks herself back.
It's a whole, of course.
Which she could have edited, but she
the
kept
point
it
of it
in.
Is not, you got to see the whole thing.
Right.
The point is you said something you're allowed to say and Whoopi came after you and it hurts your feelings.
But me being a people pleaser, I'm like, wait, but no, but I said, and then I blah, 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 blah.
Maybe it's time to stop people pleasing.
Well, that's a bigger issue, Jake, and I work on that.
That's the next question.
But they're always going to take they're just going to take pieces, especially on social media.
Of course.
I mean, it's...
And look, producers are bringing them, here's a line in the media, blah, 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 blah. What do you want to comment on?
I would say, what is she on again? What's it called? The Talk?
The View.
Okay. I would say, get your ass, both of you, on The View.
Yeah.
It's a call to action.
They would for sure
We're going to be like, Jake told us.
Yeah, they would.
Jake
love.
Will come too. He'll fly in his little pod. He'll pass out. He'll put ice cubes on his list. He'll make a trip.
We'll get your stand-in guy.
They would love to have you. You get on there and you just say, I'm trying to do this on this, and I'm feeling like I'm getting attacked, and I don't know why. And I don't know why someone like you, Whoopi Goldberg, Like, of all people, you think Whoopi Goldberg's going to come after you? You're like, Whoopi, I honestly expected more from you.
Yeah. Expected more from you. What is your thoughts on that? A dude in his 40s, 4 partners. Do you speak from experience?
Yeah. What a high number, first of all. My God.
Kingship.
What a Lothario.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is this man?
Yeah, Fabio.
Good Lord. Choose incredible.
I think it's dependent on times and relationships.
Circumstantial.
Now, if he's been single...
That was what we were talking about.
I had one girlfriend when I was 18 to 21, but you asked me, man, I'm real talk. I like to get around. I've had 4 bitches in 4 decades. Then you go, there's some problems. If he's like, I just got out of a 28-year relationship and it's really complicated.
Yes.
And you go like, well,
it's understandable.
You're probably about to enter a run, my man.
I would find, if I heard that anecdotally, I would find it to be strange.
If you don't have like the circumstances, right?
Yeah, if there's not some context like that, I would be like, strange.
But more than that, go after Whoopi. Don't. This is a moment.
There we go. He's an angler.
But you know me. I mean,
this would be 100%. Jake would be flying there without being booked.
I would.
He's working on the view.
What I would do? How did you respond? What did you do? Did you just say on this show?
I said, look, our show is an open platform. We want to be able to discuss all things. You know, I've said that, but I also said if you listen to the whole conversation, I think that's important also.
Well, it's also like the idea with podcasts is that you are sort of formulating your thoughts in the moment through a conversation.
Because you're having a conversation.
Fully formed idea. You're not like pitching your full philosophy.
But this is also press. So I did, when I first started New Girl, I was doing a thing for the AP News, and I didn't even know what the AP News was. I didn't realize it was everywhere.
Yeah.
I just thought like someplace called AP, who cares? And you're doing an interview, and it was with a woman, and she was like fun and bitty, and we were doing bits. And she goes, you know, what's the worst part about now that you're on TV getting recognized? And as Gareth pointed out earlier, when he touched my shoulder, I didn't love it. I don't love him.
You like when I do it, but when strangers do it, it's a problem. Is what you're saying. Oh, sorry. But
I don't love the random touch.
Sure. Okay.
So never have, just don't really love it.
The random touch.
You know, just like, you know, when
nobody does.
No, well, some people do. Some people get like warmth out of it.
Okay.
Gareth does. He's making that face, but that's
I wear a shirt that says "Give me a rub," but
give me a rub.
Other than that, very normal when it comes to. Go ahead.
But they said, "What's the worst part?" And jokingly, I said, when I hadn't figured out how to do selfies yet, and when I was doing selfies with random men. At times our ears were touching.
Ooh, that's not an okay
If that's
touch.
ever happened, it is so intimate.
Yeah, ear banging's off.
I've never had that.
The ear
is
touch.
Because you do this.
It's like the head tilt.
And then you tilt in for the camera and you feel a very gentle, warm ear on your ear.
Warm ear is not a good statement.
Warm ear.
Yeah.
And I was in New York, so some like random dude in like Midtown,
ear.
I'd be like, get your fucking ear off of me.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know, other men's ears touching mine. Forgot all about it. I'd said a bunch of shit in an hour. About a month later on Yahoo, which is where my email was, it goes, new girl star to male fans, don't touch me. And I thought, Zooey Deschanel's fucked. She's in it now. And then I look, and there must have been 15,000 and I went like, oh, poor girl, she's dead. She's dead. And I read the article, and it goes like, Nick Manford, and I was like, huh? And then the quote was like, I don't need some man's ear touching mine. I started reading the comments. They're like, we don't even know you. We hate you. It was so violent.
My ear doesn't want your ear, dude.
You should be lucky, you asshole. Like that gets like a 50,000 likes. I was like,
what is wrong with you?
But I contacted my PR and I go like, I'm going to make a response. And she said, totally ignore it.
Right.
Leave it.
And it totally went away.
Right.
So the other solution is
there's times where I do, and because many times
this is the only one she's actually responded to.
It's the only thing I responded to.
Okay, so Manhandled, you didn't respond to.
No, or other ones that
Your
were.
response now.
Shall I talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
How did that whole process make you feel?
How did it make me feel? It made me feel like I wanted to be fucking manhandled.
Thank you. We're here to help anywhere you can find me.
Oh my God, no, but I do. I off it, Most of the time I ignore.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you knew other things that were out there, you would be like, yes, I would ignore it.
I think even if you can ignore 95% of it, the stuff that does stick around and bother you, you know, you're human.
Someone was like criticizing me on a show to people about, and I was like,
tell us. Come on, just tell us.
No, I'm talking about Whoopi.
Oh, Whoopi. Oh, that one was.
That's what I was
like. All our grandparents were coming in hot on it.
Yeah, but by the way,
you were on The View.
And what was Whoopi saying?
She said,
I didn't watch it.
She did.
You didn't?
No, because I didn't want to. I'm like, I don't need to.
She was saying.
They sent me the quote.
What's wrong with it? It shouldn't matter to you how many people someone slept with.
So her opinion.
Stop your bitching.
Right.
She said, stop your bitching?
She said
that was in the quote. Stop your bitching. And I was like, Whoopi, stop coming. So she was really.
Your point is a good one that you're about to. She expressed her opinion on what that is as well.
Right.
And that
so would you like to say to Whoopi, maybe she should stop bitching? Go ahead, say that.
I'm going to let you have that quote. That's all you.
Say, we're here to help. Is available anywhere. Stop bitching, Whoopi Goldberg. You're a people pleaser. I'm a person. Please me.
Jake will go on The View for you.
He just did.
That's right. Yeah, in a way, he probably.
I do think that shit's garbage, and I don't like when people take a little bit and then they try to get a lot of mileage out. But if you're just an actor, and this is why I'm really enjoying the podcast space and why I'm glad Garth pulled me into it. What I don't like is if I make a project and somebody gives a review that's really negative or nasty, and I think they're wrong. I don't like that I have to go like, well, that's just Jared's opinion.
Right.
I also feel like, well, fuck Jared. So what I would like to do is if you're going to come after me, then come on the podcast and let's talk about it. Ooh. Because your review was so mean-spirited.
So mean.
You also don't have a huge platform. We're pretending to care about Rotten Tomatoes, but we've also all just found out they've been bought and sold. And PR firms, PR firms are pushing numbers. So they're talking to these critics and they're getting higher rated. So it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
So my kind of thought is like, so if you're going to do this and be really nasty, like a Whoopi Goldberg to you, then come sit on my couch next time you're in Los Angeles and let's talk. If you want to talk for the whole 2 hours about 4 people or 10 people. But what I would like to talk about is why you threw me under a bus when we're 2 people trying to do this, 2 women.
Correct.
Doing this.
Yeah.
Would you rather me be a mannequin that men can lust over in my previous roles, but when I talk, you, Whoopi Goldberg, are coming after me on the fucking View?
There you go.
Now come after me on the Man Show. But Whoopi Goldberg show? That's where I'm getting killed?
Yeah.
I didn't expect this knife coming from you, Whoop.
Yeah. I like that you're calling her Whoop now.
Yeah. Now I'm hot. Now I'm hot.
Yeah, you are hot. Yeah, keep going.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah. But everything you're saying is true.
Yeah. That is the press release on my behalf.
Yeah.
Jake, thank you. It's true.
It's true. I would be frustrated if I were you too. I would watch it.
Watch her.
God.
Just
that's why you
it
would
made
do
me
it.
feel heated, and then I feel like I have to go
then
on
you
the
go
show.
do something about
Well,
it.
yeah.
You're just like, you are my publicist. You are my fucking hype man.
And bring this sexaholic 4-woman man out. Let's meet this guy.
Gareth
Hey, I bumped the numbers up a little bit.
I will be in New York for taping. It's going to take me about 6 months to drive there.
I'm trying to get on the set. Reynolds. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be joining Rachel. I'm the Jake's friend. I flew coach. I passed it. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. I drove here.
I was okay. Stuff to hear.
Oh my God. Well, we just solved everything, so I feel good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Do
you feel any better?
Yeah. Do
No.
you?
No.
You don't?
Just kidding.
What's going to make you feel better?
I think
I feel better.
No,
Yeah.
you're people pleasing.
I feel better.
People pleasing.
I always people please, but no, I do. I feel better.
It's just that it's such a.
I still won't talk about sex, but I feel better.
It's so toxic that it is like that's.
No,
what,
it is.
That's
It's-
what happens.
It is
Well, I
what
think
happens.
And there's so many people who wish that they had. It sounds so stupid, but people would be so jealous of the idea that people are talking about something that you said, even if it's something that you maybe feel was like if it's taken out of context. What the fuck? That shit's just going to happen. It's like when I used to read the comments on things of like stand-up clips and stuff like that, I was like, why am I doing this?
Well, what was one thing that you've read?
We don't need to
that's
talk
what
about
I want to
it.
know.
I'll tell it. I can say.
Please. Yep.
There's been many, but Jake has sunk his teeth into one. One really got me. One, sometimes it's mood based.
Don't do that face. It's not sad.
Don't. It's all good.
Okay.
Sometimes it's
I'm
mood
laughing
based.
already.
Sometimes you're like, I'm ready, and you feel bullet. You're like, whatever, come out. Other
Fucking
times you're like,
come at
I
me.
am
But also
weak.
sometimes they're wrong.
And sometimes they're wrong.
You get a comment and meantime, I go, I don't agree with you.
So there's this clip. This is from a while ago, and it did fairly well. It was from like the Laugh Factory, whatever, like 8 years ago, and I was scrolling through it, going like, oh man, people like me. And then there was just one. Well, there were many. Actually, I scrolled through on our podcast to try to find it, and I was like, God, there's a lot more horrible ones. But I saw one, and it just said, "This guy's like a fat Aaron Paul," and I was like, "Ah, owie, ouch!"
No, it's less now. But the photo,
I'm still a fat. I'll always be a fat Aaron Paul.
But you're not fat.
I was then.
No, but Aaron Paul's so skinny.
He's so skinny. He is very skinny. But you're not fat at all.
They didn't say he's a fat person. They said he's a fat Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Which is he was very lawyerly. Because
I want to see a picture.
He looks like Aaron Paul.
I need a picture.
It's kind of a compliment too, though.
Yeah, that's why it's like, it's not like, you're like a fat guy. It's like, no, you're like a fat
of the best.
Fat, muscly guy, which it's like, yes, I am a fatter, but it was, at the time, I was definitely fatter and weaker and had less contact with internet comments, and I was like, ow.
You're like, but I do have the blue eyes.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll just smoke meth and then I'll become skinny Aaron Paul. But yeah.
Or just Aaron
Paul.
Or
just Aaron Paul.
No, hot Aaron Paul. Sky's the limit.
That's it.
Yeah, shoot high.
Aaron Paul's pretty hot, girl.
Funny Aaron Paul.
That's why when I'm a super sexy Aaron Paul.
No.
No, he's like, don't touch me.
He doesn't like the touch.
No.
Just not,
the ear.
We did a bunch of ear-to-ear stuff years ago. I'm definitely thinking of you. But that's the thing. Like, you can't, and like you realize that it's just law of averages. These things are just going to happen, and that's the world we live in.
I had to teach her not to read comments on the podcast.
Yes, she did have to teach
How come?
me this.
What was happening to you?
Mean people.
Yeah.
Mean. Because they didn't know who I was, and they're like, why does she deserve to be mean and like.
But I remember commenting back one time, and a guy, many times I have, but one time a guy goes, I got you to comment. And I was like, that's a good lesson.
Yeah, you're like,
he just simply wanted me to be like, gotcha.
Here's what I feel a little different. I think that, and it's the same way I feel about reviews. It's the same thing I feel about not getting a job. If you're, you really want a job and you don't get it, comments are the same. Sometimes they're right.
I agree.
Sometimes
Paul was out.
He's like, I don't think you just belong here.
No. I don't mean that. But what I do mean is there have been certain jobs that really hurt. Then I see who got it and I go, that fool's better. There have been certain comments that people have said and I go like, that hurts. There's been certain reviews where they go like, your work is like this and it needs to be here to pull that off. And I've gone, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
And it's a nice bar to go like, all right, keep grinding. I'm doing this for fun. This is a grind. Right. There are other comments that I go like, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Those are the people that I'm like, your review is stupid. You didn't understand it. You don't have good taste. You're a fucking clown. Yeah. And those are the people I'm like,
going through a rough phase. I've been eating a lot on the road. I'm not a fat Aaron.
That was one of the good ones.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That was the best one.
That was perfect.
Right.
But those are the people that when you don't have respect for the thing, I'm like, that's when it gets me into a fun world. So Whoopi Goldberg, God bless her, great career. She's wrong here.
Right.
She's totally out of line. Now, that's why I would say you could go on that couch because whatever she's saying, she just tried to use your name to get their little boost up because they're just trying to get numbers in between those ads. So she doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't care about your family. She doesn't care about your life. She wants to bury you for 8 minutes and then forget it. That to me is dog shit.
Well, let me tell you, because my mom the next day was like, Whoopi called you out. Fucking random dudes like got my mom's number and left her the most like vulgar message like, Jan, your daughter, I'll give her number 5, like gross, like sexual things. And my mom called me. She's like, Whoopi should know.
And Whoopi should know.
That I'm getting. Because like, and it, like really, my mom, it like startled her, because she's fucking lady that's like getting weird randos calling her.
Yeah.
She really wanted Whoopi to know.
That's the difference between the comments. Like to me, I haven't stopped reading them altogether.
Yeah.
At all.
This is the confessional. But there's times where I've gotten important feedback where I'm like, ooh, I didn't know I did that.
You're not wrong.
I do say this a lot and I'm doing it so that the guest knows, but the audience is like, I've heard that a million times.
You're totally right.
And so I was like, noted, like learned something from that. You can take those things and you're like feedback and you can change it. If you don't look, there's not much opportunity for growth.
So just in terms of acting, in my opinion, there's two sides. There's like the purest actors who would never think of the audience. They're just lost in this world of make believe. And I always find that to be kind of dog shit.
Yeah.
We're dancing and they're the audience.
That's right.
So I feel it's closer to street performers than, in berets and turtlenecks. And if you're walking down the street and you're dancing and you're tapping and trying to get people to give you money and you're not getting money, well, you could go sit around together in the conservatory and go like, they're wrong.
Right.
What we did was beautiful. You go,
we'll eat each other.
Yeah, all you want. But if we change the dance for them a little and they throw money and they listen and they stop their day to watch, then we're doing something right. And when comments or critics are good, I feel like, thank you for the free advice.
But if there was another guy standing behind the people who were throwing change, being like, yeah, you're just like a fat Aaron Paul, you'd be like, dude, get out of here. We don't need you.
That's the difference.
That's the difference.
There's some people that offer feedback, and sometimes they say it in really mean ways.
Yes.
But I'll still try and take the piece.
Yeah.
And be like, they're right about that.
That's a healthy relationship.
However,
some people are
don't
wrong.
be a dick.
Yeah. But also, some people, if their way of messaging is wrong, you also don't have to go down that road.
Exactly.
There'll be certain people that I block. I'll have I'm like, you fucking you're trash.
Yeah.
And then once I think you're trash, who cares about your opinion?
Yep.
Right.
Well, and there's also like people that really go too far, and then it's personal, and then you're attacked.
Like Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
There's people like Whoopi.
Yours is that one, I think.
No, I need hers.
Oh,
he wants me to address Whoopi.
But there too? I thought it was... that makes a lot more sense.
Everywhere.
What a voyeuristic odd show. That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
But there are certain people, and if you respect them...
Right.
That's the Garth man. Whoa. Everyone's got a camera on.
This makes a lot more sense.
They just film us to rewatch it while they edit the episode.
Is this being recorded? Because it's been a lovely chat.
And we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe now it makes me think like I should read more. But anyway, you need to ask
I think
question.
you should lean more into the sex talk.
Yep.
I think that's become part of your brand, whether you like it or not. Now, can I ask you guys a business question?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys like to study your numbers, and do you guys pay attention week to week?
Yeah,
okay, fun.
of course.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Did you see? It's fun when it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but even when it goes down.
Do we see them jump up?
Did it spike up?
Of course.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
so
weird.
your business that you own, that's in your living room, did good.
Or my bedroom.
Or your bedroom.
This is her.
This is the manhandle suite?
Okay.
This is
the manhandle suite.
If you reach behind, you'll get the handcuffs.
Oh, you really mean manhandle? I thought you meant, okay, that's different. Now you're going to get a whole bunch of new people interested. But you saw a big spike for your business.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
We do every time.
And so you lost a sponsor, but the business you own, that's your voice, did better. And your question is how do I stop making my business? Now, just imagine we don't do powder. Imagine we sell vacuums. You ladies sell a vacuum. We sell a vacuum. Your vacuum did something and you sold a lot of vacuums. And your question to other vacuum sellers is how do I sell less?
You're right.
My advice is don't sell more. That's the wrong. My advice is go with your friend Olivia. Figure out how to love being the sex girl and talk.
Or just being authentic. Being authentic. Not worrying.
That was my issue with it. Thank you.
Not worrying about that, because that, I think, is really what translates more than anything is authenticity.
That's why it gets picked up, though, because the people that are trying, there's tons of podcasts out there with women talking about sex that aren't getting picked up because they're trying to do it sometimes for shock value or to push the envelope.
And I do the tip slip, as they say.
You're doing it from a place of authenticity and it comes out.
Tip slip.
No tip slip.
But that's what I mean.
Like the tip slipping in?
You know.
Yeah.
The term
Thank you. Slipped a tip. This is.
You don't know that term?
No.
A tip slip?
Jake's only been with 4.
Yeah. Wait, do you know the term? What is tip slip?
Tip slip.
Yeah.
Like the tip of the penis slips
like
in?
Like the guy, and he just like, just the tip.
A little.
Yeah, I know just the tip.
Yeah. But what is the saying? Like you made a mistake?
Well, there's no mistake, but it's the lines are starting to blur and we're not sure where we're going.
Is that what you're thinking too?
Yes.
Oh, so that is the tip slip is.
The tip slip is like
the beginning.
It's like,
And so
what's the pH in the pool?
Thank God you're here.
So Rachel,
welcome.
I need you to look here. Do you like the tip slip? Say it to camera.
Well, I can answer. Yeah.
Nobody cares if you like it.
I'm into it.
That's not helping our podcast.
I'm a great tipper.
Oh, wow. The We're Here to Help numbers went, Gareth likes putting his tip.
Hey, Fat Aaron Paul likes taking the
ding, 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 ding. I mean, if you've ever seen numbers, a graph go like, meow.
By the way, you have your doppelganger roaming the country, treating people right. He has Aaron Paul. And
And
I'm out here burning his bridges. I'll see you in hell, Paul. Start eating more, you hear me? You pasta up, man.
See, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. He goes straight
pasta up. I'll meet you on The View, motherfucker.
Oh, Aaron Paul, we would love to have you on the show to talk. This is getting so ugly.
Yeah, this is so good.
So ugly. Olivia, what's your question? Where were you at?
Oh, I was going to say, I thought like...
How do I get people to talk about my sex life?
No.
Let's get into it, girl.
I was going to say, do you guys take questions on things you know nothing about?
Yes.
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
We'll take questions on
how does a woman know they're in perimenopause?
Well, that would be one where we probably would think that's not the best for us.
No, I feel like Jake's going there.
Like,
Jake's taking
you
this
have
one.
to. Isn't improv the rule is always yes?
What?
Yes, but we do vet. We vet the questions a little.
Oh, you vet the questions.
Really large
Wait, what is that?
That's a tip slip.
Just a tip? That's a tip slip I've ever seen.
I mean, by the way, in terms of the conversation, that's the lip gloss you choose. So you need a guy to have been with about 100 women. You love being manhandled. And you need a huge lip gloss to put right in your mouth?
You know.
Do you feel more comfortable with a big lip gloss near your mouth? And why? How does it make you feel?
Listen to our episode from...
It's an intimidating size of a lip gloss.
It's the biggest lip gloss I've ever seen.
Listen.
For you think that's...
It's just, they make really tiny ones that make men feel better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm using a lip gloss. You can't even see it. It's humongous.
You know, they're making half chapsticks now. You should get that.
Yeah, hey, girls, you got to use this.
Have you used the Chap Junior? There you go. Get one of these.
Just the tip. By the way, if the four of us ever created a business, it's a lip gloss called Just the Tip. Mm-hmm. It's really wide, and then to apply, it's really small.
But it's like menthol-y.
It's menthol.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait, why menthol? I don't.
It's menthol.
It's menthol.
It's menthol. I'm going to leave that. Okay. Go ahead, perimenopause. Take it, Jake.
Go, Jake.
I felt like, I feel like you have an answer to it.
Do you notice that you're getting hotter during the day at different times? Do you notice a less energy? Or has your sleep changed?
No.
You're fine. Continue on.
A quick call.
And then just sign out with the receptionist, and then you're going to have to play the
You're not
co-pilot.
a real doctor.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
You get half the
Wait, no, we
Yes.
need to throw you guys another one.
Okay. You sound like you have one.
I did, but I was like, wait, we can't say that.
Why not?
We just talked about this.
This is kind of, this is important. This is a real question.
Okay, good.
It's not a sad question.
Fun. Great.
Oh boy,
Well, this is
not for us. What do you do
for you,
if you love a friend and you don't agree with their partner?
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait, so,
is that too dark?
No.
You don't like
that's
their
very
partner?
relatable.
Okay.
We
You can't
wouldn't
get
do
behind
that
it.
on the show.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Why?
Honestly, what we like to do on the show is...
menopause stuff.
Like an example is... one was on the show, a woman, they had 3 kids. They had an agreement that after they were both going to get, she was going to get her tubes set, he was going to get snipped. Yeah. She did hers, he hasn't.
That's fucked up.
So we are on her team. So how do we get him to do it? So how do you agree with the partner? If it's about politics, if it's about heavy stuff of why you don't agree with.
Right.
I just find it gets less.
You need to be on someone's
My
team.
advice, because I think we've gone. My advice is you're there for your friend either way. They're your friend. If they're happy, you hang in there for a minute.
So
because you had that episode where there was the relationship where the guy had been doing porn for 6 years or 7 years or whatever behind his partner's back.
Yes.
Like that is one where we probably wouldn't do that on the show.
Right. What else did you like about that app?
I don't even remember exactly what it was.
We've been talking about it all morning.
Well, would you take a question like that? What if she called in and said, what if her friend called in and said, what if she got back with him? What would you
God.
Honestly,
as the role of the friend, what do you say?
So, but hold on. The friend is calling us because we're on the friend's team.
Oh, you're on the friend's
Or are
team.
we on your team calling in saying my friend? So are you the caller? Because it's a big premise thing, and I know it's annoying.
Yeah. No,
but
I get it.
Because
you have to be on their team.
And that's why earlier I said it's not bad advice. And I stand by that because part of the show, I've heard other people who, have callers or mess with people. We try to care.
Okay.
So, honest to God.
We do care.
The game of it is, it's really fun. Like, part of the premise when Gareth pitched me this that I got really excited about, one of my favorite things is when you do a Q&A. Mm-hmm. I love when people get up and ask questions and open up and they're really funny.
Right.
And like random people are really funny. And so the fun of it is we are on that person's team. So if he calls, then we're on his team. What I'm going to say to him is, you're allowed to fuck, my man. That's how you got that big old cock.
Yeah.
Use it, my king. And if she can't accept it, but if she's calling, I'm going to say, you cannot have this. First of all, there's no trust. There's no relationship. Is he getting tested each time? If it's an outside friend calling, it's different advice.
Right.
Got it.
So that's where like we've done some of this where we're not doing it with the callers. It's tricky.
It is tricky.
Yours was clean.
Tricky.
Because it's you
clear.
and then you had an opinion. On this, if she's calling in, it's over. He lied for 6 years.
Yep.
There's some lies I think you can get past in a relationship. I'm not a believer that it's like, one lie, grow up. We're not 19. No. This ain't Romeo and Juliet.
Right. But because you listened to the episode, she had like a severe bladder infection and then found out he had been doing porn.
Yeah.
And she went in the room and was like, oh, I know how I got this horrendous bladder infection. Yeah. It's all the porn you've been doing. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So
and then how did he respond again?
He was like, fuck yes. You know, he was
a fucking cool ass
He was
response.
like, let's
No, I don't think he said fuck yes. I think
by the way,
I think he denied it and said that.
If I ever got caught doing porn and someone's like, I got a bladder infection because you've been fucking doing porn, I'd go, fuck yes.
Say that into this camera.
So then why did she get back with him? That's the math I don't get.
This is a recent development.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were broken up for
Bless you.
3 years?
Bless you.
3 years? This
Jason
happened
is
during the
both.
pandemic, she found out, right?
They broke up during the pandemic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
she
he's doing
found
porn
out
because
that
There's
he
no
was
porn to
doing
do.
porn.
She was like, boy, you're around the house a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, did she watch his porn after?
Yeah.
How is
so.
he? Did she say it was different? You know, porn stars are like, it's not sex. I'm in a relationship.
Yeah,
it's
well,
so
that's what
different.
he says. It's not sex. It's like going through the.
But when she
drive-thru
watched
or
it, was
something.
she like, those are his moves?
You know,
Excellent
He's
question.
using his penis just like he does with me.
That's right.
I think
Manhandled.
we avoided those questions.
More than the tip.
Did you watch the videos?
Yes.
Ugh.
I have not watched the videos. I think I like saw one,
saw a little bit.
like a piece of it, and I was like, I could not.
You needed to run in the other room.
I needed to run in the other room and grab my. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was disgusting.
Grab your chest.
So you weren't into it.
What is their status now? Their status
They're
is
together.
They're
they are
together.
So now what do you do?
And
when
he is a changed man.
He is.
That's her words.
Right.
So
The person who
So what do we do as friends in that situation?
When you
If
guys
we
hang with
don't-
her, is he always around?
No, he's never around.
So
She
fuck
won't.
it.
She won't
Okay.
bring him around.
So you're
I
friends
think-
with her.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that unfortunately it's a really tough position because if you want to be friends with that person, I mean, you got to kind of support that person. I mean, I remember when I got out of a relationship once and all my friends were like, thank God.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why didn't anyone say? And they're like, because you were happy.
Right.
So really, what can you do? I mean, I think when times get tough, that's when you can sort of put your, you know how you feel. You're
Right.
ready to go if they need that advice.
Here's the question. Do you think it's wrong if we don't hang out with him? Because here's
No.
where I stand. I said that would be out of integrity for
No.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to like him.
I won't
Okay.
be able to be nice if I won't be able to be fake.
Well, it's also if you want to enjoy your time with your friend.
Yeah.
If that, I would imagine that a friend would understand based on some of the things you said why you maybe don't want that presence around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, you've got to keep it separate. But if you're able to have that relationship and that relationship's good, then that's all you can get for right now. My gut is she's going to come back to you and be like, "Hey, shit went south," and you're going to be like, "Well, here's why, because he's a fucking dickhead."
So I've got a question for you two ladies.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys have any advice for two gentlemen starting a podcast together who are also old friends? What have you guys learned? What can we learn from you as we start this journey? Take it away, ladies.
I
Always have a
do
straw.
like you guys together.
Okay.
That's one thing.
you
Her
think they're
thing is
together?
in person.
I just like it. You know?
I think you need to make more comments about being uncomfortable with men, their bodies
Gotcha,
on
there
you.
goes. Well, one
Yes.
thing we did find is we end up editing out a lot of any tangents that we do.
Why?
Because
You'll get canceled.
No,
No.
less about that. When we started, when we were really finding the show,
Yeah.
we would go like, if a caller was boring, we would just do our bits.
You would riff and
And we would
yeah.
riff and have a lot of fun on it. And then when we started really finding it, we found like when our show works the best, the caller is the engine.
You
And
can
then we're
still
the
riff
puppet.
and have that stuff, but it's about
It's got
the
to always
caller.
come
It's
back to
about
that.
trying to help the person who has the problem.
But yes, I agree about being together. I think that is more fun.
The energy,
The
know,
energy,
it's a
yeah.
for sure.
Our video component's not great.
Well,
you
the
guys have a
Zoom
nice
is
setup. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
great.
yeah.
You know, like we said, you can borrow the studio.
Yeah.
Come on
you mean
over.
that? Or that's just
stop saying that because he's going to go, hey, Rach, I'm in the neighborhood.
At least we're close.
I'm doing a sleeping podcast. Can I get that couch for a while? I don't even need the mic, to be honest with you. You guys set it up.
What other things have you guys learned about the podcast?
One thing I've learned is that the audience, at least our audience, actually wants more of just us.
Interesting.
So typically, we do a little recap at the end where we don't recap at all. We just shoot the shit. We do a post.
Just us and Rob.
Talk about
fun.
Our day, like the week, whatever.
Just anything. Yeah. And that is what they all want more of. And so, yes, the caller offers the, energy for you guys.
Our advice,
but I think the two of you.
You have Dollop. I mean, you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I think the two of you together are.
Yeah, and that's all you need.
What was your, Rachel, coming from the world of acting more? What was your desire to enter the podcast space?
I don't know that I would call it a desire. No, this is what happened. We're going
to cut that out. It just got really interesting.
It's just happened. Just like Briar at the game. I mean,
it's amazing.
No, this is the truth.
Yeah,
I did Armchair.
Yes.
Rob, the producer, I told a story.
Yes.
That again went.
What was that story?
I told a story. I went to high school with Rami Malek, and I told a story about Rami and I. And
I remember this. You didn't like him.
My point exactly. No, I loved Rami. I love him still. We've made everything's great.
But what did you say?
I had posted a picture from high school. I hadn't talked to him in a little while. We were really good friends in high school, and he saw the photo, and maybe it wasn't the most flattering. He didn't love the photo of himself.
Okay, I got you.
But it wasn't. It was like, hey, I'd really appreciate if you took that down. It was harsh and not and I was like, what? And I was so, oh my God, you know me, you know me now.
Yeah.
People bless.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken. I was like, oh my God, I took it down right away. But
Whoopi got involved probably.
Whoopi was involved. I told the story on Armchair and it went viral that he, he called me personally, was like, oh my God, Rachel.
I didn't mean,
I'm so sorry. It was a crazy time, blah, blah. And I was like, of course, I get it. And we made up. Great now. But that story itself, Rob was like, oh, she's willing to talk some shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a podcast? And at the time, pandemic, whatever, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And it's fun. And it's just us talking. I don't know that I was prepared for certain things, because you talk and you're yourself.
Right. Totally. Which is a different game than our business.
It's a different game than our business. So it's a whole new world. And so I think that's also why having a harder time with certain things getting out there and being like, oh my God,
Right.
Anyway. So what was the question?
Why did you do the podcast?
Oh, right. I don't know.
But I will say some things have been born from it. You have gotten more passionate about certain things from doing it.
Dick.
So it's successful.
That's
what people want to hear about.
That's what I was teeing you up for.
So basically.
The Manhandled show.
The Manhandled.
But it's an interesting space.
It is, right?
Especially in this strike and kind of seeing how the studios really value us, really seeing where, if there was the more people I talk to who are in our business, there's a universal feeling of, we have felt that they don't value us for a long time. And you'll feel it in jobs that if you get a good rate, you talk to other actors lower on the call sheet, and those rates are getting crazy low.
Yeah.
And then you talk to guest stars who are coming in who used to make a living doing it because they're providing a big service for the show.
Right.
They'll do a multi-episode arc.
Right.
They'll carry stories with your lead. There'll be lead romances, and they're going, our fees are so bad, I might have to drive fucking Uber while doing this TV show for this $1 billion company.
Yeah.
And you go man, this greed and this lack of respect for the people who, look, we all do it because we love it. We make great money. It's a great partnership. But man, you guys got to start opening up the wallets a little bit and spread it around because there's other ways to connect to audiences.
Right.
And that's feeling right now. I'm like, man, people are coming out. People are listening. You're seeing more and more people. I just saw the Always Sunny guys just went on tour. Adam Pally, a buddy of mine, he's on tour right now.
Adam, I love Adam.
Yeah. And I haven't talked to him personally, but I saw it on social media.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah, man.
Right.
Get your show. Ben Schwartz goes around. He's selling out radio. I'm like, fucking
do it.
Go to the audience.
Yeah.
The audiences are happy. Make money. Have fun. And I'm like, then we'll get back into the groove where it's getting fair and we get to start getting the TV and films back.
Right.
But I'm like, it's an interesting time.
It is an interesting time. But it is like, it's that balance because you are putting you out there and saying, but I think
we hide a little bit more behind the collar.
Well, I knew Jake. I really
did.
You're still talking about the manhandling.
Well, I love being manhandled by doctors on planes.
Do you?
I loved it.
This is true.
Lower.
I mean, I did.
Lower.
There have been a few life moments where something will happen physically, and you'll just have to go, I didn't know this about myself.
I didn't know I liked it.
There's no denying this,
Knowing
doctor.
that
I am sick.
Ear-to-ear contact from strangers and then having the moment where you're on the back of the plane, a man has your head and two people are rubbing ice on you, it really spices that whole POV.
I agree. It's contradictory, but I loved it.
You just never know, though. Unless it happens.
You don't know where your in is. I guess
never know.
I think, honestly, for that, I was at such a low point.
Yeah.
And I was I was on the floor of a plane.
Yeah,
that's pretty low.
Yeah, we remember the story.
And it's high and low at the same time.
Into fools and then being like, I did feel like, oh, I'm safe. This guy's got me.
Oh.
And I was like, good. Now I'm good. Just zone out.
Do you ever wonder like where he is?
Right here.
That's it. Right here.
A little piece of him here.
Cut out to the heavens. Right here.
Right here. He was actually me.
Yeah.
You know, that's super confusing.
This was all hypnotherapy, man.
I drank a lot of beer. I should point out I was shotgunning beers. He was right here the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, this was no fun. So.
Appreciate the honesty. Keep that in.
Yeah.
It was more like we're on Dollop.
Yep. Your favorite show.
Yeah.
It's like walking up the set of your favorite sitcom.
Also the Dollop.
Yeah, but she knows it so well.
I know that.
Dollop.
Stop
Clearly,
it.
I know that.
Yeah, good
So
Lord.
can we call in?
Yeah. Well, what we can do is have you help us with a caller.
Yeah, so
that's
here's
what we
what we
normally do.
That's how you have guests.
Yes,
Okay.
we would love you guys both to come on.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, fun.
Well, we're
Help
not
us
there
solve a
because
problem.
we're on Zoom.
Yep, you'll be here.
We're
I'll be
there.
here.
You know what we could do is we could do your episode when you're guesting here.
Oh,
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
available.
living here at that point, so that works great for me.
He's like, I won't even have
I'm
to do
doing a month-long podcast here.
I'm finishing my eating cereal podcast.
Yeah, and it's going real good. Numbers are good. Open the door. A lot of lights coming in, Rachel. By the way, I cartwheeled into another window. Apologies about that. Just trying to get my round off right.
Round off. So accurate.
Yeah, you know.
You know, how do you know?
Obviously. I'm the fat Aaron Paul. Look at me. I've got that gymnastics body. You kidding me?
Have you ever told Aaron Paul this? Do you know him?
I shouted it at him. He ran away. No, I never have. No.
Well, now you'll know.
No, Jake said he saw him. Did you see?
I saw him, but it was before this.
Yes.
He's like, I'm friends with.
Also, he was shirtless, and there's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
He doesn't wear a shirt.
That's the difference. I get it.
He's got a great little body.
Yeah. Well, he's also not a road comic, so.
Yeah. But if you're going to get manhandled, Aaron Paul's a great manhandler.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, he'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great. You know,
He's
any
married.
version of, yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Get
the whole cast, really.
Just keep listing
So
them.
Rachel wants to get manhandled by the cast of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Is that fair to
like
say?
A fantasy.
If I had to pick one show,
that's
though.
If you had to pick one show
let's
to be
play that to be manhandled by Sons of
Let's
Anarchy.
put that out
Like,
there.
he's having a whole cast?
Yes, this is so fun.
if you had to pick a
Seinfeld,
cast,
It fucking would be.
Would it?
is that true? If you had to pick a cast to manhandle you, what cast would it be? That's what we're going to go out on, Rachel. What would the cast
that's a
be?
good one.
What is the show that you'd get manhandled by the entire cast?
Hold on, guys.
Don't say The View.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
want to hear what she's going to say
Only.
here.
Well, I mean, I know what I should say,
What?
but I'm not going to. That would be inappropriate.
New girl?
Yeah, but just because he's here.
Oh, it'd be inappropriate?
Well, yeah, he's married and that's weird.
Oh, what a
Because they're so appropriate.
We're only appropriate here.
Yeah. Like,
Clearly.
Lamorne Morris pops in. Brian, Security Guard season 7.
Yeah, season 7, episode 4. How are you?
there you go.
That's why.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key.
So you gotta
That was
say, a show. We're going out on the show.
I gotta say a show.
You could be from your childhood. Was there a show you out? And Olivia, if you got one, call it out for you.
We're both about.
I mean,
You're both
we're
about
both
to say what?
to say what?
married with children.
Wow.
No, I'm talking manhandled.
So I'm like talking Al fucking Bundy.
Yeah, I think you are talking Al Bundy.
Okay.
No, but I am obsessed with Larry David. So when you said Seinfeld, I was like, whoa.
Hold on. We are going over such a weird thing you said.
I know.
Of all the people in our industry, you want to be manhandled by?
Al handled.
You said we're Larry thinking David. The same thing, which you when you as a friend, she went like this. No. You said manhandled? Girls, let's all say it at once. Al Bundy.
What?
One fucking woman on
Wait,
planet.
what?
So earlier, remember when we did the mannequin thing? Just let's stare at her. This one, hey, Whoopi, I changed my tune. I'm with you. She wants to be manhandled by Al fucking Bundy.
Oh my God.
Rachel. What is going on with you sexually?
Oh my God.
Al Bundy's the worst answer you can have.
Ever.
Or the kid, because it was the cast. You're talking about Al Bundy and the little boy, the son?
David
Faustino.
So he's the man that you have Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill, 70 years old, jiu-jitsu expert. And then you've got, what's the other guy's name?
David Faustino.
He's a little guy too.
Oh my
He's
God.
tiny.
What a disgusting,
You're getting boy handled by that
disgusting
one.
boy handle.
I was joking.
What a disgusting train you put together.
And he's married.
Yeah.
And he's married.
How about the neighbor guy with the hair?
Oh, yeah.
What's
Wayne
his
Knight.
face?
No,
Ted.
that's Newman.
Who? Ted.
Ted.
Those
Ted.
are the three men you want to be manhandled by.
We went to different places.
Oh my God, we did. No, I really want to just say one good one so we can cut out on one. But I can't think what we're
thinking
going
of
to say.
Sons of Anarchy because it's like a bunch of
No, but who you would want. So it can't be
probably like what's his face? Like
the blonde
Who did
guy.
I always
the blonde
love?
guy, like the Charlie.
Charlie?
Charlie
Yeah,
Hunnam.
like
No, I don't want to go there.
No, but
I,
like that.
But you're
kind of
picking Charlie
vibe.
Hunnam.
I'm thinking
she's
of like
picking
a whole
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
you guys
like
are
that
going to have
feels
to answer
right.
too, by the way.
Shameless,
Come up with your
maybe?
show.
I don't know.
Shameless.
Oh, the guy from The Bear. Who everybody loves
Jeremy
that.
Allen White.
That's yours?
That's yours.
No.
Why can't I think of any?
I honestly think Married with Children is such the winner.
You're taking that one?
I would do Married with Children, but with a female.
Yeah, you would.
I got Katie Seagal.
It's a pretty good one.
Fuck yeah, I'm going.
Yes. You're going Peggy?
Yeah.
You're going Kelly?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
going The Neighbor.
That's
You're going
Marcy.
I'm going Marcy. Fuck yeah, I might start with Marcy.
You're going to start with Marcy.
The amuse-bouche, Marcy.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
Who's yours?
Go.
Married with Children is great.
Yeah.
For the record.
Let's finish up. Go Sons of Anarchy.
Daughters of Anarchy. Is that a show? Maybe the cast of Beverly Hills 90210.
See, I thought that, but I was like...
Both sides. Let's go.
Both sides.
Let's party.
Either way.
Drunk.
That takes it back. Yes. That's
I was obsessed with Luke Perry when I was a kid.
I mean, it was, after Tiffany Amber Thiessen joined, that's when I'm...
Oh, yeah, sure.
She's got to be included in the handling of me.
Agreed.
And
there's a lot of fat Aaron Paul to go around. Am I right? Never mind.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen is keeping it up, too.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She looks fucking great.
Yeah, we just talked to her. And
Keeping
we're
it
like,
up with the cookbook.
She's great.
Yeah, keeping it up with the cookbooks.
Dancing.
She looks amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's standing behind different counters dancing for her phone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
stuff.
like I need a different show.
I wish I had one.
You did have
This
one.
is stressful.
You said
You had a
Married
great
with
one.
Children.
You had a great one.
You
Don't
expected
listen to
a
anyone.
different result.
These are great. That was great. I get it.
Rachel,
the best is come on, girls, all at once.
Yeah. Well, just to be clear, what happened? The bit is, come on, girls, is what I said.
That's what I mean.
What she said in real life, where she looked at you and said, "We're both going to say the same
She
thing."
did expect a 1, 2, 3
Then
Married with
she
Children.
said, "Married with Children." Never in a million years would I do
You
that.
jump ship quite
Never.
quickly.
Dahmer.
He knows how to manhandle.
Whoopi and
He's
the
a really
girls are
good
going
actor, though. He is a really good actor.
He does that.
He can handle, prep them, cook them, eat them.
He can do everything to the body.
Yeah.
A lot of this cannot be in.
Whoopi
But
and the
it's
girls
great.
are going to eat you up.
Like
No
Dahmer.
pun intended.
Oh, the cast of The View.
The cast of the fucking View.
Yeah, Whoopi.
And we have it. Oh
Oh my God. Well, guys, this was so much fun.
Thank you
really
so
fun.
much.
Thank you for coming.
Really nice meeting you guys.
So much
We will
fun.
come on yours whenever.
Yes,
I love
great.
it. Yeah, we might
Whenever you let us.
Whenever you, if you're okay with it, we will.
Yeah, of course. We might just do
We
it
will
now.
find a really filthy one for you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Obviously.
For sure now.
Yes. That is the only thing I talk
new.
That's
about.
your wheelhouse
I refuse unless,
And the whole setup
What
would
if
be...
you just went really hard into it?
like, really hard.
Yeah, like really
And
hard.
here's my new porno. Thank you.
Oh, I wasn't
She's
going
been
that
doing
hard.
it for 6 years behind your
Six
back.
years.
If you made a porno, and I know this won't be in,
Yeah.
if you made a porno and you talked about it on this podcast,
Oh, wow.
all the prep, the making of it, how it went, during it, you had a live mic. So in between, she'd be like, I thought I liked being manhandled. This is more than I expected.
Here's the twist. Ed O'Neill is the opposite.
Oh! Or little guy, Bud.
Bud.
You can.
But
No,
For entertainment.
It'd be
For entertainment
this would be
purposes.
massive for the show.
it would be
It would be
massive.
huge.
So
It'd be
this is
really
your
good for the
real
show.
advice. Your real advice
Make a porno.
is
It's a lot that calls in with Jake being like, have you thought about porn?
make a porno.
If you made it called Manhandled, oh my God.
Oh my God.
The
Oh
my
numbers
God.
you
The
would do on that.
numbers.
That's so true.
Wheels
Jake's
are
a
turning.
numbers guy.
But
Wheels are turning.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's just Carney stuff.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of wheels turning always. That's the model.
And full circle.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
We're both wearing the great.
Oh, yeah. We're both wearing the great.
You know what's great?
The great.
The great. We both have the
It's
great
like
sweatshirt.
clothing line.
Oh, Rob needs a great sweatshirt.
You do need a great sweatshirt. We're going to get
I've
you
got
one
a
for
pretty
Christmas.
great sweatshirt.
That's your Christmas present, by the way.
Honestly,
I've got a pretty great sweatshirt.
no, we're going to
That's
get
a
you
sweater. First of all, you do not have a sweatshirt on.
All right, fair.
That sounded kind of snotty.
one. Snobby Robbie.
I don't know if it sounded snobby, but
Know what I said.
no, I know. I don't know if
Apologize.
it was necessarily snobby, but
What about the fact, guys?
Olivia is loving her
I
position.
love sitting over here. I feel
She's loving
powerful.
it.
What about the fact that people write into us all the time about how hot Rob is?
Oh my God.
It's like a
All
thing, guys.
The time.
Yeah.
Everyone's like shocked, first of all. They're like stunned. They're like, that's what Rob looks like.
How does that feel to you?
Yeah, how does it feel? He's red. He's bright red right now.
it's slightly I mean, it's fine. It's great. It's very nice.
Look how uncomfortable. We love making him uncomfortable. It's the best.
Best.
Does Natalie know people write in? and
Yeah,
say
does she
that?
know?
She'll screenshot them and send them to me.
But people are privately writing it and be like, oh shit, I didn't know Rob was hot. Like, not people I know. Does she know that?
No, I didn't. I don't think I knew that. You've sent
Yes,
like one.
I've sent you a few.
You've sent like one.
No, I've sent you at least 3.
All right. Well, no, I'm not sharing those. With
I should just text them straight to Natalie,
Yeah.
you know, and just be like, don't let his head get too big.
Oh my God.
But are people offering to pay you to drive their car?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
your
Do we have any
feet?
updates on
Olivia.
that? Did you do it?
Listen, this is a real question for you guys.
What?
Let's do the math.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
deflecting. Did you do it?
She's getting there.
No, I haven't done it,
But
but I've
she's gonna
gotten
talk about
I've
it.
gotten a few offers now.
Few.
A few?
Yeah. So, here's the question.
What?
What's wrong with doing it?
Okay, specifically
me about
say
it.
what you have been asked to do.
Oh, okay. So when we had Amelia Hartford on, she said that people offered her thousands of dollars to take a video of her bare feet driving a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'll do it.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Bare feet driving a car
Yeah.
and being paid for
But
it?
no, but like in earnest, like if I was like, hey, can you record me driving the car and these people want to pay me for it? You don't think there's anything wrong with that?
No.
But what about the fact that like, aren't they going to be using it for like,
That's up to them. They go to your Instagram page and do the same.
that's what Jeff said. Because I was like, well, what do you think, Jeff? He's like, I think you should go out to the highest bidder. And I said, you don't feel weird about that? Knowing that, and he's like, people could go to your Instagram page and do weird stuff anyways.
Well, you want to be an actress, like that's going to happen.
So might as well get paid for it.
Sure, yeah.
So you guys wouldn't think it's weird if I was like, I just made...
I think the only, where it could become dangerous is if it's like, come drive my car barefoot. And you have to interact in person. I don't think she would ever do that.
No.
But if it's just videos?
So if someone asked you, would you do it?
I don't know.
Oh, now it's I don't know.
See?
I mean, it depends on how much, I guess.
Like in theory, it sounds like great. But then when I actually think about doing it, I'm like, is that weird? And then I know it's not. I know plenty of people do like Feet Finder and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
I think that I don't like that people know like who you are. It's not like some random person who's like on Feet Finder. Like you're someone people could find, literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes me a little nervous.
They want these fucking.
They want those fucking.
They want
feet.
these fucking feet.
Well, but
Does
are
that
you
make
saying?
sense?
But are
like
you
these people? You don't know who these people are.
You think they might get obsessed with these toes?
They're going to have ownership over your feet.
Well, I think that's also, I mean, there's a fine line there though with like kink shaming.
I'm not kink shaming.
Yeah, but if you think someone that's into feet like that.
No, my point is
maybe
like you
deranged enough to then become like.
No, not even that they're into feet. Nothing. It's just any obsession with anything and they like are really obsessed with something and they're paying you for anything. I am not kink shaming any of that.
Never.
Okay? Ever. But then they know who she is. Maybe they become obsessed. And in this case, it's her feet.
But I don't think her doing the feet video for $1,000 is going to make them become less or more obsessed.
I have a little tattoo of a heart on my feet.
We've got a video podcast that they can come and watch longer,
which is true,
form videos.
Just do the podcast like this
for free. I'm gonna take these fuckers out for free.
Just flaunt them. No, but you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, I considered being like someone's like, you should be like a hand or a foot model.
You have beautiful hands.
Difference.
Yeah, there's not much.
You know who would slay?
Who?
My mom.
Your mom would fucking slay.
She would slay on OnlyGrams completely.
So I don't know. It makes me a little nervous for you to put yourself out there.
I mean, I think it's fair that it could be a gateway.
Yes, but the first thought is like, oh yeah, do it. Like what? It's like that much money just to show your feet. But then if you think about it more.
What if I became like addicted? And I'm just like fucking a foot hustler.
Well, I think it also depends on who's paying you. Like if,
but how are you supposed to know?
Well, they're offering
you know what?
You.
I feel better about you venturing into this with your brother living with you.
You guys, I'm not venturing into the foot game. I want to make that really clear.
But I guess
I do have some offers on the table. So I would say if it was like a really high bid.
But I'm saying your number. If it was...
Yeah, like what's the number? If you what, Rob? Say it.
If it was someone that has like a addiction and they're spending a lot of their money that they can't afford on your feet video, then that could be problematic. But if it's which you...
What do I have to do with that?
Well, you might feel worse in that case than if it's some like dude in San Diego with a ton of money that is like, yeah, I want to see this girl's feet for $5,000.
I mean, if they want to give me $5,000 for a video of my feet, like...
It's hard to pass.
It's hard to pass up. You know? I kind of feel like they deserve it.
So what's the starting bid, I guess?
Yeah, do you have like a number on the table?
$2,000 for 30 seconds of you driving.
Do you?
No. I'm not selling my feet.
But
did anyone come with an offer?
No, they just they were inquiring like if I was serious.
What's the amount though that you would take?
I almost
serious?
want you just to entertain it, just to see.
That's how I
feel.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I kind of want to see how how this goes.
Yeah.
Like, what is this like? This is a whole world I didn't know about.
What's the amount?
A whole new world.
$5,000.
$5,000 is like $4,000 you wouldn't do it for?
I would do it for $4,000.
$2,500 would you do it for?
$50.
I would do it for 14 cents.
No, we gotta establish that baseline.
Your bottom line? Your baseline?
I mean, I don't know.
$2,500.
For me to film a video of my barefoot driving, yes, why not? I mean, I could give that to charity. I could give that to like myself.
All right, so starting bid is $2,500.
This is too much.
It's too much. We have to pivot.
Well, we're on the subject of feet.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I've got 2 feet.
I have 2 feet. Let me tell you about my foot.
Wait, can we do one?
What?
What amount would it take for you?
To film my feet?
Mm-hmm.
Look at, she's acting like it's crazy, but for me, she's like, do
No,
it.
I'm thinking.
$10,000?
To film my feet?
Yeah.
Dude, this is going to happen. We get to go on a big trip. Where are we going?
25,000.
25.
That's
you
great.
wouldn't. So you would turn down $10,000.
No, but I have to start. If people are
She's
listening,
like, I
and
have
want my
to
feet.
pretend.
I have to pretend. You can't get me for that much. Oh my god! What about you? There's people out there that want some hairy
No,
men
I don't
feet.
think.
Of course there are.
There's no
something
number?
for everyone.
No, I don't think I'd get an offer for that.
I disagree.
I don't know all the comments on how cute Rob is.
Yeah.
There are people out there that also enjoy feet.
Yeah. It's like a thing, guys.
What's your bottom?
I'm similar to
What
Lydia,
did you
I
say?
think.
2,500?
2,500.
Yeah.
See, I just added a 0.
Yeah, we get it. You think you're more valuable. We get it.
My feet, I have it's not broken, but my foot is ruined. My daughter, she goes, my mom wore the wrong shoes and now her foot is ruined. Which is
pretty much what happened.
That is literally what happened. I haven't been able to walk for the past week.
Yeah, there's a crutch in the hallway for you.
There's a crutch in the hallway.
You should get one of those little scooter
I got a cane.
things.
How many people have talked to me about getting one of those scooter things?
Those would be fun.
Just the one that you
fun.
put your knee on and wheel.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Everyone
not
keeps
not an actual.
No, not a motorized scooter. One you put my knee on.
That has a handbrake.
I mean, I would be kind of excited to be on a motorized scooter, though. I'm not going to lie.
It feels on
We're
brand
actually
for you
going to
have
get
one.
some of those.
Grandma.
Like the bird ones.
What?
We're going to get like the motor scooters.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Calvin and I will hop on those occasionally.
Like the bird ones.
Yeah. Have you ever ridden on one of those?
Yeah, it's so fun. I love it.
Have you? The
Calvin
ones that are
and
just
I
like
ride.
on the street
Yeah,
everywhere?
Calvin
My
and I do it
cousin has
occasionally.
them. So like when we...
Has her own.
Yes.
Not like the ones that are just left on the curb.
Yeah.
Got it.
You
I have never.
you would never touch a public bike.
That's not true, Rob.
For
I always
2,500?
have hand sanitizer.
You would wipe it down vigorously.
How much
first.
could Rachel get to film her barefoot
riding a public
riding-
bird scooter?
Yes. Seriously.
All right,
We'll
the
take
question
offers
has
in the
been asked.
comments.
25,000.
$25,000. Oh my
Dude,
God.
what if we could get you $25,000 to ride a scooter barefoot? Would you do it?
Dude,
You'd
guys,
have to.
ask me when my foot is not ruined, okay?
No, but what if you could
I
get
also
more
think-
for a ruined foot?
Like 5,000.
My foot is so swollen.
Do you want to show us
No.
on camera?
No, I'm not going to show it. It's just so sad, you guys. And you know what's the worst part? Because I had to be on crutches because I had to take weight off it. The most embarrassing things ever. Oh my God, what happened?
I wore the wrong
shoes.
I mean,
They were Uggs. Now, they weren't regular Uggs, okay? They were
let's
like
be clear.
a platform situation, a slip-on with the open back, and they didn't fit properly. Let this be a lesson to all. Do not think if a shoe fits if it's an ill-fitting shoe, that you can wear it all day long thinking, I'm going to break this in and make it comfortable. You know what happens? You wind up.
How long ago? How long
Hobbling.
has this been ailing
We
you?
are a week and a half in.
Is it getting any better?
It's getting a little better because I was told just to keep taking ibuprofen around the clock. Yeah. Anyway, that's my story.
You got to stay off it.
It's really hard to stay off your feet, I've noticed.
You need to walk.
I've noticed they're important.
They're kind of important.
Maybe that's why people pay the big bucks for them, because they're so important.
Maybe. But the best part was we were at a birthday party, a kid's birthday party at basketball. And I have the crutches. And, everyone's asking. And there's a lot of doctors at my daughter's school. The ER doctor's like, I don't know what that is. You really need to go see a specialist, whatever. And then one of the dads is like, what's going on with your foot? He's like, I'm a physician. Let me see it. I have to take out my disgusting foot. I've not had a pedicure in a very long time. And I have to take it out in the middle of this birthday party. He looks at my foot and he's like, well, I can tell you, it's not gout. I was like, thank God. Because who in their right mind thought, you know what we're going to call a certain type of arthritis? Gout.
Is that what a gout is?
Yeah, right? Isn't it, Rob? Rob's
I
always,
thought you could catch gout.
No, gout is joint related.
That's herpes.
Fucking Rob. Gout is
I thought
joint related.
Yeah.
So with arthritis,
Ooh,
will you look it up? Make sure I'm not ill quoted. Ill is my word apparently. Today. Getting ill.
Today.
Yeah, it's
Licensed
joint
to ill.
inflammation and intense pain.
Arthritis.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
Don't
I
you
thought
think that's
gout was something you get from something.
It sounds like it's in your stomach and it's horrendous.
No, I knew it was with your feet.
No, there's actually another word when it specifically relates to your feet.
Yeah.
And gout is it could be any joint.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I don't know the word for the foot one because he said it and I don't remember it. But it's just such an awful word. It sounds so embarrassing.
So bad.
Where am I embarrassed? Did I just go to the Midwest? I just went to the Midwest for a second. Sorry, I'm back. But yeah, the worst word. I have gout. Do you
you feel shame with that?
Yes.
I get it. It feels like something that you did something to get
There's certain things you feel shame with. Can I give you an example?
Please.
This is so weird.
You're safe.
But why? My whole life, my favorite milkshake is... You're already shaming me.
No, I'm empathizing. Go ahead.
I feel like I have food in my teeth. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay. My favorite milkshake is a banana milkshake. But for some reason, I feel like there's shame with it.
What?
For no reason.
What? Yeah, what?
No, that's not a thing,
I
Rachel.
know. I'm telling you my experience.
Oh.
As a kid, feeling embarrassed to be I want a banana milkshake.
Is it because it's phallic?
Don't make me cry. Don't.
But you know what I mean?
I'll cry thinking of you as a little girl feeling
sitting by
shame because
herself
you
with her
wanted a banana
milkshake.
milkshake, but you didn't want to say it.
But there's things like that feel embarrassing to you.
Like tuna sandwiches at school?
Yeah. Yeah. If you have a tuna sandwich.
Yeah, you feel...
With banana
or egg
milk.
salad.
Or egg salad.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening with my speech today.
But banana milkshake. You can't even tell. It looks like a vanilla milkshake.
And do you know what's
but
really...
the banana milkshake I've never heard.
That it's my favorite? Because
you've never
said
She's ashamed of it.
Yeah.
No, but a real banana and vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, banana milkshakes are the bomb.
They're the fucking
And when I was a
best.
kid, they were my favorite too. I always wanted them.
They're the best.
But I never felt any shame around
I
it.
remember reading that Jennifer Aniston, when she married Brad Pitt, in her vows, she said, I will always make you your banana milkshakes. And I was like, Brad gets it.
Brad does get it. But did you get made fun of at some point for that?
Your brother, maybe?
No, my brother made fun of me over everything always. So I can probably always just attest, or just, that is what it was. It's my brother.
For the most mundane thing.
Anything.
He was so funny the other night.
Oh my God. What was he doing?
Because we were going to that chain thing with Rob.
Oh,
and he's like, oh, great. Rachel's going to have one bite of food and be like, okay, I'm ready to go. And we were laughing. I was like, she'll be fun. And he's like, because that's what she's known for. She's a good fucking, he was just ripping on her so hard.
That's all he does. My whole life.
It's pretty accurate.
It explains.
He's so good.
I am fun.
No, I meant one bite
that.
and then you were ready to bounce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she walked in. She's like, let's get this sandwich and get the fuck out. And Jeff was like, are you?
There's 8 of these.
Are we the same person?
I know. Jeff was so thrilled.
Yeah.
That really made my day. Well, no, because there was food to try. I wanted to like try it all. I was not there for socializing. I was like, I want to eat the food and I want to get the fuck out of here.
But your brother had it all mapped out correctly before we even left.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's my whole life.
Trust me.
I know. You were the same exact way.
Yep.
Just fucking ripping on me and making fun of me. My whole life, that's probably why I feel shame and everything.
I'm still curious, though, if like where that inciting incident happened with the banana milkshake.
I don't think anything happened. I think it was just something inside of me. Like everyone likes chocolate or vanilla or strawberry. I'm the banana.
Well, maybe it's also because they don't have that anywhere.
No, it's really hard to get a banana
That's
milkshake.
what I mean. So you probably were like, because logic doesn't come in until you're 7. So you go and you're like, banana milkshake. And they're like, we don't have that. And so you probably were like,
it's not like the popular thing.
Yeah,
so it's like it's like the outsider milkshake.
Yeah.
That's probably, I feel like I'm going to cry.
I really hope you do.
What's your favorite milkshake?
I just like a vanilla milkshake.
See?
Yeah.
What's yours? Oh, I do have another one.
I also like strawberry. I like vanilla and strawberry.
I mean, I'll do like a caramel sea salt.
I thought you just said banana before.
I love a banana. They don't have them anywhere.
I know.
Like if I were going to make a milkshake, I'd make a banana milkshake.
Yeah,
that's what I grew up loving. That was my favorite.
Yeah. I love a cookies and cream.
I do too.
Jack in the Box has a good cookies and cream milkshake.
Speaking of Jack in the Box.
What?
Chain Fest.
Chain?
Yeah.
Did they that was our favorite, right?
That was our favorite, was the Jack in the Box Kobe beef taco. Taco.
I feel like you would do a phenomenal job.
It's your wheelhouse, Rob.
Yeah, it's yours.
They take chain food and do like elevated versions. So the Jack in the Box, they had Wagyu beef mini tacos.
Those were the best.
Those were really good.
That was, I think, my favorite thing I ate.
Yeah.
They did Pizza Hut with like a truffle ricotta mushroom pizza. That was my favorite.
I know. Rob made me.
You liked that better than the Wagyu?
I've had the Wagyu one before.
Oh, you've had it before?
Yeah.
I'm so mad I missed the spicy crispy chicken sandwich.
Me too.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Ever. He made me take a bite of the fucking mushroom pizza.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
Because he's like, no, because I thought for a second, I'm like, oh, is it just truffle? Because that's not the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I bit it and I wanted to throw up.
Oh, no.
I spit it out. Rob. He's like, no, it's not. It doesn't taste like mushrooms.
It was like
a
whole stack of mushrooms.
Yeah, no kidding. And I spit it. I literally spit it out.
What did you think that whole stack of brown stuff was on top?
It was dark.
And then they had Sonic and
Sonic
Panda
the hot dog,
Express, Red Robin.
Red Robin.
What was the one with Chili's?
Dunkin' Donuts, Chili's, the rib sandwich.
What were the curly fries? Who was
Jack in the
that?
Box.
Oh.
Yeah, that was under the... And then they had curly fries and caviar.
Yeah, that was... So then do they do this as like a regular trip? Can you buy tickets to it or something?
You can. It was one weekend. That was like their big event of the year. And then they normally do, like every month, they'll do one of those that are just like the Jack in the Box tacos.
And is it all like well-known chefs or who's redoing the food?
It's Tim Hollinsworth. He's a chef that owns the restaurant Odium.
Okay.
And then him and BJ Novak and a couple other guys, Nick Kraft, they run it. And
got it.
They have a house near Courage or a space. It used to be out of a house over near the Grove.
They're expanding.
No, they just moved into a different space.
Oh,
I mean, they're expanding. Sure, they're expanding.
I'm like,
that wasn't. That was a
thing. Yeah. I mean, that was
my worst nightmare.
Rachel, I can't even tell you.
She just hid in the corner.
She does not do a scene.
No, I was like, get me out of here.
We'll have friends there. A lot of people from the podcast were there.
Well, it was nice to see some people for sure, but also get me out of there.
She doesn't like seeing all the other people that, there was a lot of people there.
There were a lot. It was just not.
We also weren't prepared
I was in my school clothes.
Yeah.
That I picked Briar up from school at 3:00. We're just going around and we just like showed up to eat food. And I had no idea it was like a scene like that.
I thought we were like getting food, sitting down at a table and eating. So when we got there,
I didn't
we were
think
like,
that.
I don't know what I thought. I just thought, Rob says it's good food, I go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And he asks us to go all the time. And we're like, okay, we're going to go.
Well, Rachel says no.
I can't. Did I go?
I know you did.
Yeah, I sure did.
But next time you should go to a dinner.
Yeah, I'll go to a dinner.
Yeah, and like stay for the whole thing.
She said she'll go.
Well, if it's a sit-down dinner, I have no choice.
Let's get her while her foot's broken.
Well, we do need Uchi just opened in Los Angeles.
He was just talking to me about this. I didn't know what it was.
What is it?
It's one of my favorite restaurants. Tyson Cole runs it.
He says this like we know who people are.
Oh, Tyson.
He's a chef.
Tai.
He has Uchi and Uchiko in Texas.
It did make my night to see Roy Choi, though, on our way in.
Me too.
Just love him.
We love him.
Love him.
So much.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some specials
that was worth
there.
It.
There were some special people.
Some special people.
Lots of special people.
Oh, man. That was
But going
time.
anywhere with Rachel and Jeff.
Well,
Jeff and I are just the same.
Why did you insist on him coming if he didn't want to be there?
He wanted to be there as much as Rachel did. He wants to be invited.
Be there.
He's not like you and I are more similar on the fact that we could be like, oh, let's go. I'm down to go. I'm down, whatever. Rachel and Jeff, on the other hand, they don't really like talking to people. They don't.
Well,
Wait, we had this whole discussion.
But we had a little group.
We did.
That was nice to have that as a buffer to not then have to go.
Yeah.
Yes. We had this whole discussion, okay? My brother was also, because my mom was ripping on me. Because every time I go to my mom's house, she is like queen of the block. You know, like all the neighbors, they're like family, like everyone. All the time, they're on a text chain. They're always outside talking, whatever. So anytime I go to my mom's, she'll be like, Rachel, come here. So-and-so, this just happened, and gets me involved in these like in-depth conversations of like things that are going on the avenue.
Yeah, I hate those conversations.
And I'm like, you know, of course I'm like nice, but literally it'll be like, I'm picking her up. We have an appointment to be somewhere and we're running late, and then she'll bring them over. And I'm like really impatient, like we gotta go. So,
yeah. We have neighbors like that like Calvin will try to stop and talk to him. We're like, no. We need to go. We're on a walk. We need to hurry up.
Really sweet. But my mom told me, she's like, you're not nice. She's like, you're not nice. You're not very warm. You're not. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? You're always bringing all these people
you
when
don't
I'm just
know.
like in your driveway to pick you up to go somewhere. Oh my God. And then I'm like, my brother, who is always like all like curmudgeon-y. And I'm like, what about him? She's like, no. He's nice. He's nice. He's warm. He greets everybody. I'm like, Mom. So that's what started it. And my brother was dying. He's like, yeah, see, you're not nice.
I can't. It's making my face hurt. I get it.
But you know,
it's there's certain people that are different.
Oh, so the point is Jeff was hearing all this. He's like, 100% I agree with Rachel.
He's like, don't bring your neighbor over.
Don't bring anyone over to my house.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I like this weekend, then right after we went to sushi, and by the end of sushi, I'm at a communal dinner with this other family, and he's just like, what the fuck, you know? And then we go to the Christmas tree lot, and I'm like exchanging numbers with this woman. He's like, why? And he's standing behind me being like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, Cindy's daughter is like having a hard time in middle school. And he's like,
who's Cindy?
Yeah.
He's like, that lady you just met at the Christmas tree lot.
That is so
I'm like,
typical.
Yeah, she's not doing
Well,
well.
I just want to say my mom's neighbors are all very lovely, and I think they're all very sweet, and I like them all. It was just a story to explain.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
I have some awful neighbors. So I don't need to make
don't you have a neighbor that's like something? There's
we got a lot. My
something.
mom invited one into our house at one point. And we got home and we were like, what is this lady doing here?
Oh, no.
Like,
well, your neighborhood's a little sketchy.
my neighborhood's not sketchy.
It's a good neighborhood.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a one that was like wanted for something?
There was like a whole thing where
Yeah.
something happened, like a SWAT team came or something.
Yeah, there was like a
That was an
story.
unhoused person in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Never mind.
Okay.
What were we going to say?
Nothing. I was going to tell you guys about my brother's date.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Okay. This
Ooh, with one of your friends?
Good. No.
Oh, my God.
So where did he meet?
Tinder.
Tinder.
So he met this girl on
Tinder.
Tinder. He showed me her. I'm like,
Tinder.
she's cute,
Yeah.
you know?
How old?
I think like 33, 34,
And how old's your brother?
50.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you know, she's of age. She's cute. He's like, I'm going to go meet her in Calabasas for coffee. And I'm like, okay. 2 days later, he's not home.
2 days?
2 days. Okay.
Is he a texter?
I think I talked to
We
you.
text.
Okay.
I made sure he was safe because I'm like,
Wait,
are
wait.
you okay?
You
Like,
didn't tell me it was 2 days. I think we talked after the first night he had been
2
gone.
days. 2 days.
Oh, my God.
So I
Okay.
kept texting him like, and he kept like laughing. He'd be like, yeah, I'm good. So to catch everyone up and remind everyone, he's recently out of prison. Okay. So he goes, meets this girl. They meet, have like a coffee or whatever.
Where'd they get coffee?
Some juice bar or something.
Coffee at a juice bar. Okay.
He's just getting on his feet. He doesn't have a job yet.
Yeah, yeah.
He's working for us, like helping, whatever. So she's like, are you hungry? Do you want to go eat? And he's like, yeah. They go to eat. He goes to pay. She's like, don't even trip. Like, I got this.
Does she know?
Yes. He was honest. He's like,
Yeah.
I just got out of jail.
I don't know if that's
I'm
something
like,
he says on a first date or that's something
before they even met.
it's in his profile.
I like that.
He was honest. Yeah. And so he went to pay and she was like, don't trip. I got this. He's like, so we ate this like huge meal, like Thai food, whatever. And he's like, she's feisty, you know? And so he's like, so we leave and he's like, I go to her, well, what do you want to do now? And she's like, let's go to Malibu because they were out in Calabasas. And he's like, okay. So they drive over the canyon and she's like, can you take me by McDonald's? And he's like, you just ate. Like, aren't you? He's like, I can barely breathe. Aren't you full? And he's like, she's like, fool, don't you want a cheeseburger? Like, you're not down for a cheeseburger?
What?
Yeah. And he's like, okay. So he takes her to McDonald's and he's driving and she's like, sit back. And she starts to order. And she's like, I want 50 cheeseburgers. I want napkins and ketchup with each one of them. And da 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 da. And my brother's like, at any moment, I'm thinking she's going to be like, no, I'm just playing. And they were like, it's going to be this much. You're going to have to pull your car over and wait. And she's like, great. And he's like, what is happening? So he was like, what is going on? She's like, you don't like cheeseburgers? And he's like, I do when I'm hungry. Like, you just ordered 50 cheeseburgers. And then, so they sit, they pull over, they wait. And she's like, they bring the food and she's like, drive, make a right, make a left, whatever. Pulls him into the courthouse in Malibu. And she's like, get out of the car, grab the bags, get out of the car. There's a bunch of unhoused people. And she starts walking up and she's like, get in line, guys. And they're like, I don't know her name, like Sally or something. They're like, Sally. He says she starts going over to each one, being like, how's that blanket I got you, buddy? Like, I got your blanket, this and that. They all line up for their food and she hands it out and she's like, love you, gonna go. And my brother was just like,
where's my cheeseburger? Did he get one?
He was just like, I asked. I think I was like, did you eat a cheeseburger? Yeah. He's like, no, I was really full. And he was like, I was just tripping. He was like, who does that? You know? And he's like, so we left and she's like, go to Aviator Nation down the street. They go into Aviator Nation.
Real bossy, huh?
Really bossy. And he's like, what is going on? She's like, you can't dress like that anymore. Because he dresses like a guy that just got out of prison. He's got like really baggy clothes, really baggy shorts, wife beater. She's like, you can't, that's not acceptable. She goes and buys him
Aviator Nation.
Aviator Nation. He buys him like a shirt.
Aviator Nation.
It's expensive.
It's just very expensive.
It's expensive.
Like sweats.
It's a Malibu.
Yeah,
place.
it's a Malibu expensive. So then she's like, you know what? Let's go to Target. And he says they go to Target and she just starts throwing clothes at him. And she's like, try these on. And then he does. And she's like, look at yourself. That's who you are. Look at yourself.
What the
You cannot walk around looking like a gangster anymore or a prisoner or a crook. I'm getting you all of this stuff.
Did your brother accidentally go on Queer Eye?
She got him
a wardrobe.
She got him like sweats and t-shirts and this and that. And she's like, and now let's go to the Four Seasons and have a mocktail and some cookies. And he's like, okay.
And they did.
I have pictures of them having mocktails and cookies.
At the Four Seasons?
At the Four Seasons.
What the fuck?
And he didn't come home for 2 days. Isn't that a good story, though, with the cheeseburgers and the...
That's an amazing story. And also the fact that, like, it wasn't like just some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's... Like, my mind was blown. Like, I couldn't even talk, which is a rarity.
So, yeah. They all knew her.
Are they going on another date? Or
yeah, so what's the deal?
I think so. That's what he said. I'm like, so are you going to see her again? He's like, why wouldn't I? He's like, she's feisty. She's...
Is he wearing the new clothes?
He walked out and I was like, and I loved it too because he put on the shirt and it's like really tight. And she goes to me, stop fucking flexing. Stop puffing up your chest like that. Act normal. Because he does that. He walks around like this, like I'm so tough. She's like, stop with that. That's done. I was like, wait, this girl.
You're like, I love her.
I need her.
Yeah, she's like,
you know what I mean? Like,
sister.
Yeah, I need her.
So he is wearing the new clothes.
Yeah.
I can't.
There's something so tender about it.
It's like I want to call her.
Yeah.
And be like,
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. 2 days.
Did they?
I didn't ask.
But 2 days. He stayed with her?
He stayed at her house for 2 days. I did not ask because guess what?
You don't want to know about your brother's sex life.
I don't want to know.
No.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You don't want to know. Wait, and he has Aviator Nation now too?
Yeah, but it's really small on him because his muscles are too big.
Oh no.
He needs to it's just like it's like a letting go of that life.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm really into this girl.
I know, it's amazing. It's pretty good.
That is really good. I love that he had no idea. They just stuffed their faces and she's like 50 cheeseburgers.
I was, to be 100% honest, I was like, you know what? I want to be more like that. That is really cool.
Of course.
Like, could you imagine on a first date, you're like pulling a McDonald's. I want 50 cheeseburgers. Let's go. We're going to go feed the unhoused. And the truth is, she's like, look, you're a good looking guy. Like, you're a good guy. Your heart, like, he's a really good human inside. And it's like, I understand.
We need someone to tell him.
We all do. You're a good guy, Rob. You are a really good guy. And you're good looking.
Oh my God. That's such a story though. My goodness.
It's a story.
I want to know if he's going to go out with her again or when he does.
Yeah, keep us updated.
Rob's going to pull that move on his next date with Natalie.
Yeah.
She'll be like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's like, pull over.
Go to that McDonald's. Yeah. Like, why am I driving?
Why am I driving?
You know who's really going to pull that on their next date is Rachel Sarah Bilson.
Yeah.
I double dog dare you.
All right, let's do a Reddit real quick.
Okay, I'm dying.
All right, let's go. We got one here. I, a 24-year-old male, saw something on my 21-year-old female girlfriend's phone that I wish I didn't see.
That reminds me of something. Okay.
Not
about me.
I was like, it took that to remind you.
George yesterday.
Sorry.
Okay, continue.
I looked through my girlfriend's phone for a Christmas list to find what she wants, but ended up finding something else. First off, please don't judge me. I know going through phones is an invasion of privacy, but she makes lists of things she wants, so I thought I'd go ahead and do it. So my girlfriend started a new job. I'm so happy for her. She has a career now, life, starting to move on. But I found out that there is this guy that's been asking her to lunch the past few days, and she finally said yes. Specifically, she said to her friend that she felt bad So she finally said yes. To make it clear, she is not a confrontational person and doesn't like making people upset. On the plus side, she said her friends are going to join them.
Oh.
But he got upset and canceled the lunch, obviously, because he wanted to be alone with her.
Oh.
He knows she has a boyfriend, but is still trying. I've been clear with her multiple times that even giving guys the time of day gives them hope, which is dangerous. Men do not give up. We actually got into a talk last night about how much we trust each other and how we have nothing to hide. I even deleted all of the women off my Snap to prove it to her, which I had no problem at all with. At first, I assumed she was just being nice, but after she went to bed last night, I went through the phone and I saw that she gave him her number and they were texting each other.
What were they saying?
I don't know if I bring it up to her or let her tell me herself. I'm just afraid she's going to keep this from me. And if I don't say anything, they will continue talking and he won't give up. Nothing crazy was said in the conversation, but it's clear that he wants her. Do I tell her or wait for her to tell me?
Oof.
She's not going to tell you.
No.
No.
You know?
No, he's going to have to come clean.
Or get over it.
Yeah, so he has to come clean.
Yeah,
Right.
It doesn't seem like he's going to get over it. He's asking the community for advice.
I think you have to come clean. Will they? I don't know, because he is kind of young. And, you know, when you're younger, like, you're way more scared to just be held accountable sometimes.
Yeah. And I do
Not always.
I do get her too, because I think sometimes it's tricky as a woman, maybe as a man too, you can speak on this, but
We'll see.
like, I think there's a fine line between assuming someone wants something with you and that they want to be your friend. So you're like, they want to go to coffee or they want to go to lunch. And you think like, why should I say no if we're just friends? I think it's hard sometimes. You don't necessarily, I think a boyfriend or significant other is like, oh, they want to fuck you. And sometimes you're like, that's just not the vibe. Like, they're just being friendly.
I guess that's some maybe interesting route to discuss of like, what do you guys do can you feel that right away from someone?
I have a lot of male friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a totally different perspective and like.
Can you feel from someone if
what they're
trying
interested
to be,
in?
Yeah.
Not always for me.
You can't tell?
I mean, I don't just assume just because a guy wants a friendship that they want something. But any guy in a relationship is like, of course they do. But it's like, I have friendships that have tested.
You have a good enough intuition to get a vibe. Like if someone's like.
Yeah, if it's clear.
But maybe you're also not putting out vibes
that's what I mean.
Like, yeah,
available
you're
for
married
that.
with children.
But even when I was single, I still had guy friends. I've always had males in my life where there wasn't that.
Actually, I'll agree with you because there's definitely times where I'm just totally oblivious. Like I don't like, you know what I mean? Like there's certain,
you're like,
certain
I'm gonna go.
people that you're like, I have no idea if, you know, or if other people will be like, oh, he totally. And I'm like, no, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like Jeff has female friends that he'll go to lunch with or he'll call and talk to. And like, that doesn't bother me. Huh?
Who?
He has a few.
Yeah.
Like women that we went to school with.
Right.
And it doesn't even, I'm like, you should call Molly or you should call.
Does it change anything if they have those intentions? And you trust that Jeff doesn't? Like Molly, newly divorced, finds Jeff very attractive.
There's been those situations.
Yeah. Does that make you uncomfortable?
I've been fine with them being friends because I'm like, she may have a crush on you, not Molly, but like hypothetical Molly. Like, but that's not going to happen. Like we're in a relationship. Like I feel comfortable in that. But these are people I also know. Yeah. So it's different if it's some like random coworker.
If it's some random coworker that he just met and they become friends, you might be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, unless I'm pulled into the situation.
Right. If it's something's kept separate,
that's weird.
That might feel weird.
Right.
Right.
If I was him, I'd be like, just so you know, like, I'm okay if you have guy friends as long as you're clear that you're in a relationship and maybe we could all go to lunch or dinner. Mm-hmm. You know? And don't read your significant other's phone.
Right.
You will get what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to ask yourself, if I'm looking for this, what's off?
100%. I know, like, as I've gotten older, it's like, if it's going to happen either way, like, what's that going to do? That's good. Like, looking at a phone, privacy, whatever. You just, like, get older and you're like, nothing good can come from that.
I also think energetically, like, you get what you're searching for. And if you keep looking for someone to fail you, you're more likely to be failed.
I would agree with that, for sure.
Your thoughts, Rob?
You nailed it. Spot on.
All right, guys, this has been a great...
It's been a great day.
It's been a great day.
How's your foot doing? Any better since we started?
My little foot.
How much could we get to give her a foot bath?
Little foot, you guys?
People would pay a lot to be able to bathe their feet, like at church.
Guys, no, we would video us giving her a foot bath.
Oh my God.
But how much do you think we could get
for them to be able
to bathe her feet?
You guys.
We've got places to go in this.
All right. Offers in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I was just going to talk about Littlefoot from Land Before Time. Have you seen the meme going around? And it's like millennials. I can show you where your childhood trauma started. And it's like the scene where the mom dies and Littlefoot. So and I see it and I start crying. I'm like, they're so right.
Cannot watch that.
Horrendous.
Absolutely horrendous.
Like, why?
Why? Well, it's the same with Lion King.
I know. But that's the dad.
I know. It's the dad.
Bambi's the mom. Land Before Time's the mom.
You can't do that to us.
The dad too, of course. No. I was being funny. Okay, sorry, we're off on a tangent. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.